program in the morning.
Do you?
Yeah, it was what's his name, innit? He's doing that morning program now. Oh, but I can't remember his name now.
What, Philip Schofield?
That's the one, yeah. It was him and this other bird.
I don't know his name. What are you talking about? Never heard of him. Oh, you want to see my little thing I'm building for my astronaut?
What are you building?
A little capsule for him to come down safely.
Oh, okay, cool.
I've used a Kinder Egg surprise casing. Fits perfect in the rocket.
Nice.
I got building a little computer in there and everything. Little chair. The amazing things you can do with Lego.
Oh, hang on, yeah. Yeah, we can each other now.
Can I hear you? Can we hear you?
Yep.
What, purely?
Yep.
Yep, that's good, man.
Yeah.
Sorted. Right. And you're the only viewer at the moment.
Yeah, so I turned the volume down a bit because my voice is a little loud on that.
Yeah, just turn your mic down a little bit.
So, pi. All high settings. Chat, adjust microphone level. There we go. Probably better.
Yep, right, sorted.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Right, let me just get bearings where I am. I'm not too sure what's going on. 1 second. Camera already finished up. Ah. Right. Let's talk.
Oh, you involve 87. No.
Hey.
Yeah, you involve 86, I think it is. Is it 86?
88.
88, that's the one.
Yeah, I'm just clearing some stuff out. Oh yeah, because I didn't realise I had bought the DLC where you make your own vaults.
Yeah, you involve 86. Yeah, it was good, that was. It's a shame you can't broadcast this one actually, because I could have showed you it.
Yeah, we'll do that in a bit if we have to.
Hmm.
Right. I usually wait a bit, just let the video go a little bit more live before we start chatting about the important stuff.
I'll bear with multitasking here. 2 seconds.
Yep.
Right, so Fallout then.
Right, let's talk Fallout. What's it got to be called? Fallout 5? I don't think it's got to be called Fallout 5. That's too obvious.
I don't know. They might, or they might just call it Fallout like they did New Vegas, because technically that's.
Yeah, well, when was
That
this
was
one
really,
released? When was Fallout 4 released? 2015 or 16?
2-3 years ago now, isn't it?
Let me check. Let's get this right. Let's get the facts right.
Get facts straight, man. Let's get facts straight.
I'll only be caught up on it and we'll get some bad comments and that.
Yeah, probably. Well, no one's watching them, so no one's really good.
Yeah. Give it time. Just give it time.
Yeah.
Amazon's very helpful. They can get it with me by 7th of June.
Ooh.
Ooh, I even got it, but yeah, I might just buy it again.
Yeah, because you can.
Because I can't. 3 years ago it's released. So what we now? 2018, 17, 16, 15.
Yeah.
So 2015 Fallout 4 was released. It was announced at E3 2015 on the
Yep.
Bethesda stage, and they announced it with the amazing Pip-Boy, which we both have, don't we?
You should both have. Yep. And I've got the laser gun, but I won't tell you about that.
No, let's not get people dribbling.
Yeah. The 1-to-1 scale of the laser pistol.
I can already hear the people messaging.
Hashtag 3D printed.
So,
It does
yeah.
look cool though, doesn't it? It
Oh,
does
it's
look cool,
brilliant. We must do a video on it. In fact, we might even do a Fallout special. That's something to think about.
Sounds like a plan.
Yes.
Because I did the that's how I did the cosplay. I went as the Fallout Dweller.
Yeah, I know. You showed me. There's Fallout.
Pip-Boy thingy. Actually, that's the point. I have to put the picture on there. It's quite cool. This year I want to go again, but I want to build some new weapons, and also want to go at printing the power armor helmet as well.
Yeah.
T54, the T60 power.
Yeah, you gotta have that.
Just the helmet, like. But.
You still gotta have it.
Mhm. What are you doing building? I'm actually doing things. We should be broadcasting what I'm doing. I'm actually going around doing missions here.
Yeah,
what are you doing? Moving furniture.
Deleting furniture.
Right, so you've just made something boring even more boring. That's brilliant.
No. No. Right.
Would
so,
you do that?
Shall we start off with what's more important? The name. What do we reckon? Do we reckon it's going to be based in New Orleans? Somewhere in Florida?
It's either going to be Miami, New Orleans. I mean, they could do a complete curveball and do it as like New York or some of that, or I don't know, Colorado or.
Well, they never do. Go on.
Mojave. Might do it as Mojave Desert or something like that.
Yeah, because they never do populated areas like New York. They wouldn't do that. I mean, Washington's quite populated. I suppose Boston is, but when you think Manhattan, all the towers and that, it would look good, but I don't think they would do it.
Possibly.
I can't see them doing that. Right, let me get out of this bunker because I can already hear the messages.
Right, first thing I've noticed is, you notice how colourful the please stand by thing is in comparison to the others. The other, starting at the very beginning here. The other ones were quite dark and dingy and sort of in that green tone, you know, and very sort of rough looking. This one looks quite bright in comparison.
I thought that, and that again points towards Florida, sunny location.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. It's interesting because it's been 3 years since Fallout 4. That means they've been working on this 3 years. Chances are they could have been working.
Just to put another curveball in there, I think the modern society has done an absolute cracking job, because I've actually tried some of the modded downloads on here.
Yeah.
And some of them were actual games in the game.
Yeah.
And they were brilliant. There was Cannibal at something house that I played, and it was like a clues type affair. You had to go around this house and work out who did it and this, that, and t'other. And that was superb. That was brilliant.
All right.
I think leaving that open in the new one would be a good idea.
Yeah.
I don't like this creation clubs thing. I think that's just, to be honest with you, that's just another way of making extra money on what you've already bought. I mean, if someone wants to sort of do it and put it in and go, you know, this is how much I enjoy the game, thanks, you know, I've done this, you know, then that's fine. But when it's sort of like trying to get more money out of it just for the sake of it, I don't know.
Yeah, well, when you think about it, how many DLCs have we had for this one? It's 4 or 5.
Yeah, exactly. But that in itself is wrong. It's like, build the game properly in the first place. There's the game. I mean, you didn't get that in the days of the cartridge games, where it was like a case of you bought the game. Oh, by the way, to get to the end of it, you're going to need to spend another £100 to get to the end of the game. That it just never happened. That seems to be a thing of right. We'll give you half the game, and then we'll say that it's DLC, but it's actually not. It's the end of the bloody game. It's what the original game should have been in the first place.
Yeah.
That grinds my gears. Oh, that grinds my gears. That does.
I mean, games are gonna do that now because it's like look at GTA. I mean, they ain't charging people for it, but people are buying the game more because of the stuff being put in. I mean, when you look at some of the stuff that's in GTA
that should have been in there in the first place.
Yeah, well, this is it. The game might have been a fail, and they thought, well, if it's not fail, so let's put the stuff in it. I mean, the game.
Yeah, but if they'd done it properly in the first place, they wouldn't have to be a fail, would it? It'd be a case of right, there's a game. Oh my god, that is the best game ever. I might buy off them people again because they make really good games.
Well, let me go up to.
Rather than going, oh, I bought a start of a game. Now I need to buy this, that, and t'other for it.
Yeah.
I'm just modifying the robots at the moment, hacking them.
Hacking them. Alright, good. Right, so let's go back to Fallout ? Do you think they'll just do Fallout 5 or go Fallout whatever the location's going to be?
Oh, yes, they could do another New Vegas, couldn't they?
Yeah, like Fallout.
So
Florida,
yeah, they'll probably do
Miami.
in the numbering order, then a named one, then a numbering order, then a named one.
Yeah, I mean a lot of games do that anyway. I can see them doing that, but like you said with the Please Stand By being very colourful, I think that points towards more than a hippie vibe.
Hippie vibe? What are you smoking, man?
you know what I mean. There's like a lot of beautiful colours in there.
Yeah, whatever you, yeah.
You gotta
keep your
chase the
spare
dragon,
rolled. I'll be there in 10 minutes in the car. Yes. No, they I think they just they might be trying to make it look more, not what's the right word?
Well, they
a
do.
bit like the beginning of Fallout 4, where everything is brand new and everything.
Yeah.
I reckon we might get to a slightly newer place that hasn't been affected as much, maybe, or there's more of it that's not destroyed, or half of it's like kind of okay, and the other half is really bad. That would be good if they did something like that.
Yeah, because that's what I really loved about Fallout 3 is when you go back and you go back in time and it's a neighbourhood.
Oh, it looks dingy, doesn't it? It looks dingy, yeah. Yeah, that definitely gave it that apocalyptic feel.
So maybe they could do something.
Oh, there's a big word. That was a big word.
What?
Feel.
Feel. Feel. I feel the force within.
It's fine. It's fine. No, I'm just doing the bloodworm bit at the moment.
Yeah.
It's Greenwich, isn't it?
I'm at Sanctuary.
Dry rock, gulch, all that. Dry rock, something.
So
damn this dyslexia.
Let's go on to possible release date.
Summer, late summer, May.
Well, you got to look at the marketing.
I sounded like an 80s computer. Let me process.
You sound like a French robot.
Yeah. They're either going to do it as a summer release, which would be good, but I'm more likely they're going to do it as it's going to be Christmas, isn't it? It's going to be a Christmas release.
Yeah, I mean, it depends what they announce at E3. If they show a lot at E3, that does point towards the game coming out before Christmas. But you got to think of what they're going up against. Everything's coming out around November time. You got Battlefield, Call of Duty. Those two are the two biggest money makers on console. I mean,
yeah, true.
They got their own market because their games aren't shooters like that.
Hope this rain lets up.
But,
Yeah.
but you still got to look at that area because people who want to play Fallout will be playing Black Ops or something because that's just come out.
I mean, the diehard Fallout fans are they're still playing Fallout. I mean,
Yeah.
we're still playing Fallout. Yeah, right, we've had a 5-minute break on GTA. But
That's it. You can't
It's-
really look at the marketing. Why have I got 38? Oh, right. You can. I mean, yes, there's massive fans out there who play Fallout every day more than you and me. But that ain't their market goal. Or even though that's a part of it, they still got to look at the bigger picture, and they want to bring more people into the franchise. Someone who hasn't played Fallout before and going to buy the new.
talking of that, talking of bringing into the fact, what do you think the Creation Club side, not Creation Club, the building side of it, where they turned it a little bit more sort of
What, building your
Minecraft and
defences
Sims
and that?
yeah.
I
The
like
add-ons,
it.
the Players Workshop and things like that.
See, that's something I haven't really messed with. I like the idea of it because Fallout's always been a fun game. And
You were just doing it a minute ago whilst moving your stuff around.
yeah, but what I mean is that's the first time I've actually been in that vault.
Yeah, okay.
I've had the DLC, which I can't even remember buying. I obviously bought it when it was on offer or something. But
Yeah.
I like the idea of it because I love architecture. That's why I play Minecraft way too much because I love building buildings on that.
Yeah. Do you reckon they did it just about right? Do you reckon they went over the top with it? I mean, you're going to get those who say, yeah, didn't really use it, that didn't like it, or detracted for the game. Then you're going to get the other people that go, yeah, actually, I quite like that. And
Well, it's not forcing you to do it, is it? It's not making people say you've got to have this or you can't get that.
yeah, I mean, you must admit you could still do the game, play the game without ever needing to really use it. To be fair.
Yeah. There's nothing forcing you to buy it. It looks attractive, and if there's people who really enjoy the game and want more out of it, maybe look at it.
Of all the DLCs, which add-ons, which one's your fave?
Well, again, look, I haven't bought them. I mean, I got the Vault where you build the Vault 88, and that's probably my favourite, and I haven't even used it. But
Alright, okay.
I haven't bought the map expansions, but after seeing Nuka World the other night, yeah, that's
Yeah, it's good,
probably
isn't it?
one of my favourites. I like the idea of the harbour map.
They're big too. They are big maps. I must
Yeah.
admit, out of all of them, what can we say?
He's on this day.
I would say that the Robotron, Far Harbour, and Nuka World.
Yeah.
Some will debate me on Nuka World, but I would say definitely Far Harbour because it's massive. Nuka World is also massive and has a fair few things. Probably, I don't know if it's as long-winded a game, but it's okay. But the Robotron one's good purely for the fact that you can have a sidekick as a robot and you can build robots. If you're into robots, it's just like, yes, brilliant. The creation side of things, workshop, I can't really say I've used it that much. I've made up a couple of things with it and gone, yeah, that's quite interesting, but that's about it. The other one, the craft, not the craft, where you can build a building. That one's quite nice. You can make your own layers and stuff like layers. You can make your own layers and stuff. I'd say the least
Coming to my lair.
the least worthy one of them is the what's the one I said about? Yeah, the least best one was the
We could always use some more ammo.
I forgot the name of it. Bloody forgot the name of it now. the machines one basically, where it
Yeah.
produces stuff. That's probably the least favourite, the least used of the lot. To be fair.
Right, so going on to another point, if this does turn out to be something like New Vegas, with the technology and everything and what other gamers are doing, other games manufacturers, is it worth them bringing this out as a game? Would it be better just doing it as a DLC?
Depends how big it's going to be.
Yeah, I mean
yeah, you could add it as a DLC to this. If they use this as a base structure, but you don't know if they use this as a base structure and they've just gone for a completely new idea, you know, new concepts, new territories, new...
That's it, they could do something completely different. They might even have a new engine. I doubt they'll have a new engine to build the game on, because this one stands up really well.
Typical Bethesda. I mean, it's got its glitches and its points, but all in all, you must admit, it's even with its faults, it's still amazing.
Yeah, well, when you look at Fallout, and Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, they were the glitchiest games I had ever played.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you go like 300 hours into it and it crashes out completely and you lose a lot, you go, yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
There's
what
the
am I
upside.
doing with my life?
Yeah, there is the upside to the glitchy stuff, because sometimes it does entertain. Like I can still.
Absolutely.
I can still remember shooting a person, and he just went across the map faster than a rocket, and it was so funny to watch.
Yeah, I know.
Stuff like that, I don't mind in games. It's when it affects what you're trying to do properly.
Yeah, when you have things like it doesn't save or shit like that, and you go, oh,
Yeah.
I've just lost that many hundreds of hours.
But that's less of a problem in today's technology. I mean, we don't...
yeah. But I mean, besides all the faults with it, cracking,
Yeah.
it is a good game. It's one of those ones you can stick on, just lose yourself in. I mean, I've literally lost days in this game. Days. Yeah. Started on it, and then it's gone like, I'm a day and a bit later. Yeah.
What, I'm 25 already?
Yeah.
That kind of feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, it is good, and there's so much to explore. That's a good point, actually.
Yeah.
End of the game. When you get to the end of the game, this is one of the few games where you can actually carry on.
Yeah.
That is good, that I like.
Now, that wasn't in the third game though, was it?
No, that was...
and that's a thing,
that was it.
Yeah, that's something that really...
So you got the DLC on it?
Everyone. Was it?
Yeah, I think there was a DLC on that one, if I remember rightly. Then it moved you on.
Yeah, because that really angered players. I remember when that was released. That was something that did not go down very well. But again, so say, well, the game's going to be a whole new game. It's not going to be a DLC. That's obvious. They wouldn't do the videos they've done.
Right. What have you heard? What have you seen? What have you heard? Anything new?
So
or
the
has it all
latest...
been totally hush-hush?
It's been hush-hush. Bethesda are always very good at keeping stuff.
Bethesda?
Bethesda, sorry.
Bethesda.
Excuse the talking. I'm a Forester, I can't help it.
I know. It's
right. I got to
still
get...
not... Go on.
What?
Yeah. I'm just trying to kill bloodworms at the moment.
So, everyone's saying Bethesda is teasing something Fallout related. Now,
so does that mean it could potentially not be Fallout? Or, like you
well,
say, it
no,
could be a
because
DLC?
it's going to be Fallout because they've got that please stand by. It's not going to be DLC, I don't think. I think it's too late to do DLC because when was the last DLC pack released? A year, maybe?
Yeah. But there must have been, the modders have been keeping the game alive.
Oh, yeah.
Like I say earlier, there's a few of them that have actually made some actually quite interesting games.
Right, so
actually,
what...
within the...
Go on.
No, go on.
No, right. So everything I've heard and reading here from notes I wrote ages ago. So I got Fallout New Vegas 2. That's when it all kicked off. That's when everyone thought, hey, there could be a new Fallout game coming.
Yeah.
Since then, it's gone from Fallout New Vegas being remastered, Fallout Miami. Then there was.
I saw a video of one the other day. I'm not sure if it was a load of modders that did it, but it was a start off, and I think they used possibly the similar game engine to this.
Yeah.
And I think that was.
That's the New Orleans one.
The Miami one. New Orleans, was it?
Yeah, I think that's the one what's going around at the moment.
That's the one where they start by coming out of the vault because it's going to blow up basically, and it's you escaping before the vault explodes.
Yeah, I haven't watched it properly.
It looked actually very good. The concept looked pretty good. Unless that was the teaser. Unless that was an actual...
Nah, definitely not. If it was, I would have heard a lot of talk about it.
Yeah, true.
It would go mad. So, for everyone who probably doesn't watch E3, I'm just going to tell you the time Bethesda will be on stage.
Okay. Not even I know this yet, so this is new to me.
Yeah, well, you can watch it. I told you, you can watch it on your PlayStation.
Yeah.
So, have they announced their times yet for the press conference? They always have a pretty good... The only problem is their conference is usually quite early hours in the morning in the UK. Obviously, if you live somewhere else, it's different. So, EA is the Saturday, June 9th. Theirs in the UK... Yeah, theirs in the UK is 7 PM. You can expect, you need the speed and crap like that in football games. Then it's Microsoft, 9 PM, Sunday, June 10th. Then Bethesda is June 10th at 2:30 AM in the UK, so early hours in the morning, as always.
Silly o'clock in the morning again?
Yeah, that's fine with me. I don't usually stay up and watch theirs. I'll go to bed early and get up just after it's finished and watch all the wrap-up and everything. And you forget, if you watch all the way through and you go to the end, you actually forget of what you've seen. I've done that. And then we got Square Enix, theirs is at 6 PM, June 11th, the Monday. Ubisoft, 9 PM, same day. And then Sony's the last one, and then Nintendo, but no one plays Nintendo these days.
No.
So
that's your true diehard.
Yes. 1 minute. Fallout all news. Right, I've just got this up now. So they are teasing.
For you then.
What?
Oh, go on.
No, go on.
Sorry.
Go on. No, there's nothing.
I was good. Well, no, you give out the information first. You carry on.
No, so I'm just... Everyone obviously online's going mad. They are saying, oh my god, they're teasing a new Fallout game. Everyone's basically gone mad on Twitter and Instagram.
What are they saying?
Wow, let's go on Twitter and have a quick look. 1 minute. My phone's having its time of the month.
What time's that?
11 o'clock. No, it's new agreement, boring stuff. So, Fallout. Right. Here we go. So, I'm on the Bethesda Game Studios Twitter at the moment. And we have... Yeah, see, I'm looking at their Please Stand By logo now. And you know what it reminds me of? No, back in the day when you would have your colouring crayons, maybe you're waiting for your teeth to be ripped out at a dentist. It looks like that to me. It looks like someone's coloured it in with pencils.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It does look a lot bright. In fact, it's almost institute-y colours. But could that be a thing? Could that be a thing?
I was just going to say that. It looks like blueprints for something. Something that's being built in a mass place.
Potentially. It has got the Has it got the blues and the whites in it? That's very,
So you got you got blues. It does look like it's coloured in with colouring pencils. It does.
It's almost got that institute to it though.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna go on the comments. Let's see what everyone's saying about it. So it's been shared 42,000 times, which makes sense. Right, let me have a good look at this. I've got it zoomed in. Right, what it looks like what they're going for is the same with the old video. You know when they have the Vortec video presenting what's happening and all your stuff. It looks like that. But again, it looks like it's coloured in. Now, what's interesting is at the top of your disc, you got a little bit what looks like an emblem, maybe something to do with the game. You know what it looks like?
Go on.
A Native American Indian. Very.
Hang on. Where have we seen that in the Fallouts before? Isn't that a symbol for something?
Right, get your phone up. I'm going to send you the picture on your phone. You have a good look at the top of the picture.
Okay.
It does.
Yeah, I got the video running at the moment as well. So.
Alright, that's right then. So look at the very top of the middle.
Very top at the middle. Hang on. Let's see if this comes through. I haven't. Nothing yet.
Should run through.
Yeah, I'll give it a second.
It might be the fact that my internet's playing up.
Not surprised you are probably live streaming and falling out at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, if anyone's watching, just comment your thoughts. I'll have a read through the comments in a bit. Where do you think Fallout's going?
Well, we've got to get people to watch it first.
Yeah, well, I think we have one viewer. Might be
yeah,
you.
That's probably me. Yeah. Yeah, it's not great.
Oh, what's my life come to? You got it yet?
No, at the moment. No, still waiting.
Update your phone.
The phone's alright.
I'm gonna
Just haven't sent it.
I don't want to record a message like you screaming earlier when I told you the news. That was brilliant. That was absolutely brilliant.
It was good, wasn't it?
I went, Mum, turn the volume off. I gotta listen to this. Yeah, it just looks like, to me, it does look like, it looks like, when you see these, what they call
Have you actually sent me this thing yet?
Yeah, I've sent you 2 pictures now.
Really?
Yeah, honestly, I've sent you 2. Let me update my internet, just make sure the internet is working. Yeah, it's working. It's working. There you go.
There we go.
So yeah, have a look at the top middle. That's definitely a chin and a nose.
Yeah, that's in. Where didn't which one did they have the? Unless I'm thinking of the original "Please wait, stand by" thing, and that was also in there. But that's definitely got Institute colour schemes.
Yeah, definitely.
So I wonder if the Institute. Maybe this is where the Institute main base is potentially. Maybe this could be war. This could be where all the factions or the 2 main factions are held.
Yeah, well, this is where I was going to go. 1 minute. I've got the wrong gun here. This is what I was going to go on to just a moment ago. Are they going to do the same thing again? Are we going to start the game off, create a character, someone knocks on the door, and you got to go to a vault? I mean, I like the idea on the third one where you're a baby and you grow up in the vault. I thought that was really good.
I like that. That was a good story. Yeah, that was a good story.
Now, my thought is, are they going to do something where you start off in a vault? Or are they going to do something completely different?
Yes, could you be this character carrying on? Or sort of, is it going to be anything to do with this character?
Or could you
even
be a synth?
Yes. Well, there's rumours to be that you're synths in this one, isn't there?
Yeah. Is there anything to prove that, though?
No.
Yeah. I mean,
well, although you were in cryo, so you don't know what happened to you when you were in cryo, because obviously your son got taken. So, who's not to say it didn't happen to you? And that's the big kicker.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, right. Let's go on to. Well, we've discussed what the game could be called.
I thought it's going to be one of the country names, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to call it.
State name, sorry.
Yeah. I like the idea of Miami because I love GTA Vice City first of all, the colour and everything, and a bit like New Vegas, you can have a bit more fun because it's meant to be a party location. So you're gonna have those bright colours, which goes onto the Please Stand By again. The bright colours on that.
Although, thinking about it, you said Miami. They do tend to do the whole bright colours thing there, don't they?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. You know what? I can't wait.
Hang on, bear with.
Come back. Come back.
Yes.
Yes. Don't do that. Spin, that's right.
Yay, you've just completed another mission.
Good. Good.
Rank 2. What rank are you in there now?
26.
20. What?
I'm new.
26. I'm on 138 now. 139.
Yeah, that's legit.
Jeez, you want to see the number of days it says that I've been on it?
I don't need to, I believe ya.
Yeah. Christ. A lot of days. A lot of days.
Right.
A lot of hours.
Obviously they're going to do some kind of, if it is the game, I mean, what are we saying? It might not even be a game yet, it might just be a fancy poster they're releasing.
What happened that last time, that Please Stand By thing? There was a countdown, wasn't there, on the interweb for this, or something to do with this. And it was a countdown to absolutely nothing. Remember?
Was it?
Yeah. There was a countdown thing for Fallout. It turned out there was absolutely nothing.
Yeah. I can't remember that.
Yeah, I do.
I mean, I'll be completely honest now. I like Fallout 3, but I wasn't actually a Fallout fan until I saw this one being released. Like when I watched that live release and everything.
What, Fallout 4?
Yeah.
So you played 4 before you played 3?
No, I played 3 before, but I wasn't really into it, if you know what I mean. And then when I saw the 4th one being released, I was like, that's something I gotta play.
Who's there?
A new map and everything. Are we gonna see returning characters?
It's potential. Potential.
I can see it happening.
Well, I don't think we've had it yet, have we?
What, returning characters?
Yeah. Well, no, saying that is a lie, because obviously you've got head of the Brotherhood. He was the geezer out of Little Light. Light something. Like, oh, it's been so long since I. Little Lighthouse, I think it is. Yeah. The kid in there. I'm terrible with names, so I can never remember names. But he's the one that grows up to be Maxim. Elder Maxim.
Okay.
Little Lamplight. That was it, Little Lamplight. But you know the kid that's in Little Lamplight and he's being sent away because he's come to that age?
Yeah.
Well, that's Elder Maxim.
Oh, right.
Technically, they have already got recurring characters, so this is after that. But New Vegas, I think, is completely different. Because you didn't, if I remember right, in New Vegas, you never started off in a vault. You were a courier.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they'll do something like similar to that in this one, whether or not you'll just be an outsider, and then you end up finding vaults, or you're going to start off in the vault. You know?
Or a bounty hunter for Vortec. Wouldn't that be cool?
Where are you going with that?
Well, you know.
A bounty hunter. This is not Star Wars. It's not
No.
of the Vault.
I'll be honest now, Star Wars wasn't even in my head when I thought of that.
Doesn't need to be. It's programmed into your hardwire. It's like, it's Baba the Vault.
It's gonna be Boba Tech.
Yeah, Baba. And Pit-Boy Leah.
Oh, really? That's not good.
Oh, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to have a Pit-Boy in it again? Or do you reckon they're going to go for something different?
Wow, if it's something to do with the Institute, maybe this is going to be something completely different. I mean, the Pit-Boy's iconic. You've got to think of being iconic, ain't you?
Oh, Christ, yeah.
You can't get rid of something and then fans are going to go nuts about it and they put it in DLC a month later or something.
Okay, trivia. Did you have a Pit-Boy in Fallout 3?
Yeah.
Did you have a Pit-Boy in New Vegas?
No.
This is happening.
Am I right?
Can't remember myself.
I don't
Can't
think
remember
you did in
myself
New Vegas. I don't think you did in New Vegas.
No. I've got to Google that now. Pit-Boy.
I
Vegas.
can't remember, to be honest. Anyone know this answer? Anyone know this answer?
I think it's the Pit-Boy 3000.
I don't know, you're a Fallout fan. I'm just playing this for a laugh.
Yeah.
I was hoping they'd all be.
Yes, Pit-Boy 3000. Also, 3D20.
You have 3D printer, I don't.
Yeah. No, it's useful. Because you can put it in that, you can have it as a Pit-Boy 3000, or you can have the new one.
Oh yeah.
Alright, which one do you prefer, the Pit-Boy 3000 or the new Pit-Boy?
I'm gonna say the new Pit-Boy.
Really?
Yeah, just because it's the only one I can really remember.
Weak.
It's so weak with the Force, this one.
Damn.
I'm gonna turn my volume down, it's getting a bit loud in here, you know? Getting loud in here.
Please follow your clothes, please.
Yeah, please.
Change the word.
Oh, I just
actually,
blew it.
I'm in nuclear rod at the moment.
Let's talk. Obviously, I said if, like, returning characters, if there was one character you want to see in the new game, who would it be?
Dog meat.
Dog meat, really? I mean, everyone loves dogs, you can't go wrong.
Dog meat. No, everyone loves dogs. Just dog meat. It's all about the dog meat.
Well, that was the big thing when they announced the fourth one. It was like, oh my god, there's a dog companion! And when you look at
There was
that...
another one as well, though.
Was there?
Yeah.
I don't know, you tell me.
That's why dog meat returned. But obviously it's a different dog.
3D.
Yeah, and Fallout 3, I think you had dog meat in that as well. It was quite amusing because it was very much the side profile, then the next side profile. The graphics were shocking.
So, will they renew the engine? Will they use a completely different engine?
Don't know, this one seems to be a little bit more stable than any of the others, I must admit, by a long shot.
Yeah,
In comparison.
I mean, I can't see them doing anything.
But it's like anything like this, it will always progress. It will always, get better and better. So.
Yeah, I can't see them changing the engine because this is a good engine until we get the new consoles, which, I mean, PlayStation 5 rumoured for next year.
God no. Really? Already?
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I don't think I'll bother. I'm going to probably stick with this and then that's going to do it. Unless they brought Fallout on it, then I'll probably have to go.
Well, what the hell? Sorry, I'm getting beat up here by random things trying to kill me.
Yes, I can see. The shoot sting begins.
What do you kill these things?
Which ones are they? Oh, Saltron, shoot him in the head.
Yeah, that's harder than
Use VATS. That's it. That's it. That's it.
I ain't got no weapons.
Hit him. Hit him with a weapon.
Dead.
Bats him again. Bats him again. Bats him again.
Dead.
You suck.
I suck. Right, let's get over that. Right. New Fallout game. Two things I really, really want to see. Number one, and the most talked about for the last 4 years. Hey?
You're not dying is one of them.
I was going to say multiplayer.
Ooh, controversial.
Would you rather go around this derelict world with a friend or on your own?
On your own.
Really?
Purely for the fact of, it's a wasteland. It adds to the whole drama of it, the fact of you're on your own. Yes, you've got your companions with you,
Yeah.
but they're limited in what they can do.
See, I go completely the opposite way.
It's too much of this going to, having to have sort of multiplayer this, multiplayer for that, because the problem with that is the game, it'll either work for multiplayer and it won't work for single, or it'll work the other way around. They never seem to be able to make a game which you can play on your own and then play multiplayer and it's as good. People can argue, oh, what about GTA? Well, yeah, but look at all the stuff that they've added to the online version, to the single version. You've got all them other vehicles, you've got all them other aircraft, you've got all that other stuff.
This is the last time
So on its own, it's a cracking game, but it could have been better if they had had
Get
all
back
the
to
online
Vault
stuff
81.
on there.
I'm never leaving.
Yeah.
In that way, I'd say that the online version of it is better. This is always been about a single player.
I just think more like, yeah, you got your companions, but what if one of those companions was your best friend who you play online with a lot and you could do stuff with? Like Fallout, not Fallout, the new Far Cry 5. That game just works so well with multiplayer. Having a buddy with you all the time, you can just do so much stuff and have fun.
Oh, I agree. There are certain games that it does work well with, but this, I think it adds to the atmosphere because you're on your own.
Yeah, no, I like that idea that you're on your own. One thing I want to see in games, and I at the moment really don't like seeing, is everyone's doing this battle royale like Fortnite and everything. Now, it's good. I like the idea of it. But
Trouble with them type of games, you always get the trolls, which just ruins it for other people. And then they go, oh, well, that wasn't a very good gaming experience.
I just don't like the idea that you've got massive manufacturers who got their money, you know, they don't really need to make that much more money, but they're changing their games, like Call of Duty's doing it. The new Black Ops are going to have a Battle Royale mode.
Oh, right.
Why? They got game modes that have succeeded before that was even invented, and they feel the need that they need to put that in their game just because that's what other games are doing and it's making money at the moment.
Yeah.
I don't see the need for it, and everyone's talking that the new Battlefield's gonna have it. I'm pretty damn sure they have got it.
I can't believe you survived that jump. You got thrill issues.
From what I've
Maybe,
heard.
but as for Fallout, they should keep it as is.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe do a co-op. I don't know. I think it adds to the whole the whole ethos of the game that you are the lone wanderer. You are on your own. It's a game for just when you want to chill on your own sort of thing.
Yeah. Let's go back to the
It's
actual. Go on.
It's not all the time. I mean, you've got your games for multiplayer and shooting each other and doing tasks and stuff. Don't ruin Fallout with it.
No, and that's exactly what I'm saying about Call of Duty doing everything Fortnite and that's doing.
Don't bastardise the game just because it's trying to jump on the bandwagon for what everyone else is doing. Because there's a million other games that you can do that with, and Fallout's iconic. It's its own thing.
I just like the idea, like say me and you now, we could be wandering around the same land together. That kind of thing.
Yeah. But the problem is you end up trying to nuke each other.
Well, it depends on what you've done the day before or something, I suppose. If you like that person.
Yeah. No, I mean it's a good idea, and I think it could have its place. But I don't reckon, like the other games, if they did do it, make that a redeeming feature of it. It's like it's all about the co-op thing. Have it as just an extra, that you can if you want to, but it's not a major thing in the game.
Yeah. Right, let's go on to one thing that should be in the game, but very, very limited, and I like this in certain games like DayZ, vehicles.
Yeah.
Now, I don't like the idea of having anything that can get you across the map, say 5 minutes, because that's not what Fallout's about.
It's already on there.
Yeah.
The vertebrate.
New business model.
But I don't like the idea of using it, you know what I mean?
You see where I'm going?
I like the
Why not?
idea.
It's great.
I know, but I like the idea of working my way across the map and exploring at the same time, finding things you probably didn't find last time you went across there.
Absolutely. I'll give you that. It's in doing it the way it is, it does make you sort of. Although you have got fast travel, so.
Yeah, but I use fast travel today, but I very rarely use it. I like the idea.
It can
of
make the
going
game a little tedious without fast travel sometimes.
Yeah.
But it doesn't change the dynamics of the timing inside because it works out the fact of how long it would take you to walk that distance and adds that into the game.
Yeah, that's good. But other than vehicles, what would you like to see vehicle-wise?
Like you say, nothing too like a. Although it'd be fun to have like a war tank or armored personnel vehicle or something like that. That would be funky. I don't know, simple things like a bike maybe or something like that, or.
Yeah, and maybe something you got to scavenge the land for, say, 5 hours to unlock, like find all the parts.
Yeah. So you got to build your own vehicle or something. I mean, if you could build your own vehicle, and then obviously you'd have to fuel it as well and things like that. So that would be cool. Even vertebrates, you could build your own vertebrate to say move on to a next map or something across the sea, or you have to build a boat or something like that. That would be quite cool.
Yeah, they could really do something like that. Like have the map split and kind of make you work really hard to unlock that part of the map. So maybe build a boat or something.
Yeah, so you got to either A, build a boat, B, build an aircraft of some form, like a vertibird or plane or something like that,
Yeah.
which you then got to go on to the next part of the map. That would be quite cool.
Yeah. Tapping, I can hear.
Tapping. Oh, that's just Amy eating custard.
Custard, yeah.
And
Will custard be in the new Fallout game?
will custard be? These are facts. This is points we need to know.
I tell you something we do need to talk about. Do you think this one's too easy?
Some say yes, some say no. I'd say it's just about right, to be honest with you. But
Hey,
they've
at
all
least it's honest
been
work.
about right from what I've played. To be fair, they are some of the games are sloggers, and you have to repeatedly do it, and
Yeah.
it can get a little whatever. Like, but the fact that you can go off, do something else, build yourself up, and come back to that, and it makes that job easier.
Yeah,
Love
no,
that.
I like that. I like that idea.
Love that.
But what I didn't like is the fact you come out of that vault at the very beginning of the game, and straight away you got probably a very good weapon in your hands.
Crop's been growing pretty good lately.
It's okay.
I would like a bit more of a, probably start off with a melee weapon for a while. Don't have something too easy. I mean, that's one of the reasons I bought the game. What attracted
To be
me
fair,
to
they pretty much did that in Fallout 3.
Yeah, I mean,
You
New
started off
Vegas
with
was
an air
really
rifle,
hard.
basically, in the knife.
Yeah, New
Yeah.
Vegas was proper. There we go.
Sweet.
I mean, I don't want to be
You look
given
good, yeah.
a decent gun. I just want some crap.
No lock will stand before us.
Yeah, it's
It's one of the things
This is
that
great.
really annoyed me in The Last of Us, because they made a point about, you know, save your bullets. It's not going to be that easy. But I found it quite easy with the guns.
here's
I-
one then, to go a slightly different direction.
Come on then.
The end of Fallout. One of the few games where you can actually carry on doing other things after the game. What would you like to see happen that would make the game playable, or different enough playable every time you played it, or added something that would make it interesting and would be a game that you just couldn't put down?
What, like when you completed it?
Yeah.
I don't. That's something that's really hard to.
I like the fact that there's one really good thing I love about Fallout is the different endings.
Yeah.
The fact of when you get to the end, you can have a different ending depending on how you do it.
Yeah. No.
Yes, in this one they could have made it. To be honest with you, I wasn't overly excited at the end of this one.
One day
No.
the railroads
I don't know, so don't go too much into it.
found that day the switchboard.
I'd
Yeah,
never,
it was a bit like a Formula 1 race, and then stopping about 3 laps before the end. It's like, oh, this is great. Oh, is that it?
Oh, a safety car comes out, really? And you cross the line under the safety car.
Not even the safety car comes out. The safety car comes out, the F1 car hits the thing, big fall of flames, and many Coke bottles were made in this movie. I'm making this movie. But it was pretty much like that for me. It was like, oh, this is really good. And then it was like, oh. Okay then, that's a bit of an ending.
Yeah.
But
I don't know, like, what... I like different endings, but to be honest, when I've had games like that, there's probably one or two games I've played where I really want to see the other endings. I like, oh, I've completed that now, I can do what I want on the game.
yeah.
And again, that's why DLC comes out, because they know players are going to complete the game and put the game down. They want people still to play that game, so they release DLC, making sure these players are still playing their games.
Yeah, but they could have just had it as a complete first proper game when they started, and then people would go, yeah, that was actually such an amazing game, I might actually buy another one from that company, rather than going, oh, well, that was half the game, oh, now they're bringing out DLCs.
Yeah, it's always going to be like that, though. You can't get around that. Because at the end of the day, it's all about the money. No matter how many times they say
It's
to themselves...
all about the base, there was something.
But that's it, I mean, how many times have I heard game developers say, we've wanted to do this because it's our dream and that, but it all comes down to money. It's the same with anything. You cannot succeed just on dreams and that. You can't. It's impossible.
Well, that's a story for another time.
Yeah, let's not go too far into that. I can, again, hear the messages typed.
Doubt it. Doubt if anyone's actually watching.
Oh, we got one.
Yeah, that's me.
No, I mean one plus.
Oh, okay then. Cool.
Yeah, I'm popular tonight. You want to watch those?
I'd go. You won't stay hidden for long.
Right, so what do you expect to see in this one then? Well, what do you expect? Obviously,
Well,
pit boys are a must. Multitude of weapons, absolutely.
Yeah, that's guaranteed.
Power armor. Should there be power armor in this new one?
Well, I said to you the other
Yes,
day when
is the answer to that one. Well, yes, because it is all about the power armor. Let's face it, you're walking around like the Terminator, like Robocop, like a 40k Space Marine, to name but a few. It's like the ultimate. Yeah, this is Iron Man suit right here. You know, Fortnite has always been about the power suits.
I've never used the power armor to help me through a mission. Never.
Fair dues, that's pretty good going.
I'm not saying I'm really good at games, I'm not. I haven't completed it.
Yeah.
But I'm going in now, I want to see what's in there. I mean, power armor, it doesn't force you to use it in the game, so yeah, they can have it in the game.
That is one thing I do like about the Fallout, the fact that you don't have to do, you know, the story like a lot of the games. You don't have to go that way. You don't have to do this. You can go, I'll just go and mooch around and do some side quests and stuff like that. I like. That's what I like about just the openness of it, really.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of games boast about that when they're being announced, and you can do it this way, you can do it that way. You don't have to do it like that.
Don't get me wrong. There's a few things that they did leave out which they were going to put in originally, but they still left enough in to make it, you know, good.
Yeah.
Seems we have a tail.
How do you reckon this new one's going to start? Have you heard any news or anything?
Nah,
Is it
we ain't got
start?
we ain't got no nothing about that yet. I mean, I want to see a different start. I don't want to be walking out of a bunker. Don't want to.
Really?
I like the idea of it, but no.
What would you rather?
It's hard because Fallout is all about that, but I don't know. I just want to see something different. They could try something different, can't they?
You mean like New Vegas, where you were the?
Yeah, like maybe you got to come into the city to, I don't know, help out. Maybe it's gone out of hand.
This would. What about then if they had one of the characters in this game as the protagonist, and that's who you played? That would be interesting. Maybe even Maxim or something like that, as you played as him as the head of the Brotherhood of Steel, or maybe if you played the head of the Institute or something like that. So, although some people go, yeah, but it means I can't choose a faction. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. I think they have to try something different. I don't think we need to be.
What's the chance of them buggering it at this time and doing something that maybe like that people are going to go, oh, it means I can't choose my faction. Although maybe you could actually portray them or something like that. That would be an interesting one. So it starts you off as a faction leader, and then maybe you can either go with or portray them. And
I don't think they do the like on here where you kind of open places up and go from there, don't you? Like
yeah, but that's good though.
Yeah, it's good, but I don't think they're gonna put too much focus on you leading the pack, the Minutemen.
Well, that's pretty much what you've done in most of the others, to be fair.
I just want to see what I want, and what I've always wanted for a game is, which is coming with DayZ. You basically start off, you have nothing. DayZ is one of the hardest games to progress in, because I finally got a weapon after 5 hours of playing. I was shot by a sniper, didn't know who'd done it, I had to start all over. Now, I'm not saying that's what Fallout should do, because people would get very upset fast.
I was going to say that sounds a bit long, but Fallout does do that in a way. You do start off with pretty much nothing, maybe one sidearm or something less than that. I mean, you really have to get quite far into the game before you can get things like proper big weapons and the good pyro armor and stuff like that. So in a way, it kind of does that already. I think basically they've got everything that people kind of want in it. They just need to add a few more things. I think instead of detracting from it, taking things that... the gun thing for a start. In the other Fallout game, you had to look after your weapons. When you used it, it wore out. You had to find things to fix it, to make it a better gun again. That was good. That was brilliant, because that was another angle. Tactically wise, you had to think, well, how long can I use this? Or can I use this weapon now? Or, oh god, this thing's just about to jam up. So it would change your tactics as well. So there was another angle on the game, which was really good. In this, they've kind of got rid of that, which, in a way, it's good because it means it sort of probably flows a bit quicker on certain things, but it takes that other aspect of the game out of it, which wasn't really probably a lot to put in, but it had a massive effect on it.
I would like to see consequences. So maybe using this gun in this. Yeah, but like, say I'm in one of the offices now, and I'm just using what you call it, Molotovs to kill the enemy, easy. But maybe think more about your actions, even though it's just raiders. Like maybe further on down the line, that could really affect you in a bad way. Because
in what way?
Well, like the bases. Then you've built your base up, you've got the defences. Somewhere down the line, maybe you've took out the raiders, they get really peed off and they start really attacking your bases, and you could be stuck there for a while trying to stop them taking over your bases.
They kind of do that at the moment, but you mean more emphasis on it?
Yeah, I mean like...
That's one thing I would say about this. You don't get a lot of sort of... Especially when you've built up your bases... with a load of... So at the moment, you've got all these weapons, all these barriers and the people that can be there to fight off quite a horde, and nothing turns up. Once in a blue moon, you'll get half a dozen spawning characters. They're shot within the first 30 seconds. Great. Yeah. What about if that was a bit more of an onslaught and they had slightly better weapons? Now that would be an interesting...
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Like you probably kill 50 of them doing a mission, clearing out a building. They realise they're losing men, so they want to get their own back, and they attack your base whilst you're doing a side quest or something with a full mount of army men, like their best men and everything.
I've just thought of something, me old China.
What?
Space.
Oh, space.
What happens if they do? What happens if they do Fallout and it's on the moon or something like that? Because this one's had a lot of space themes involved.
Well, they always have, haven't they?
Center. Yeah. So what happened? Say maybe it could be on the moon. It could be a space Fallout.
That
Whether
would be
it could be a space
very
station
good.
or a moon or something. That would be awesome. And you've got to build a rocket on Earth to get to the moon or something like that. That would be cool.
Yeah, like you have to basically 2 maps. You got the moon, but you still got Earth.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the hell was that?
And you've got to make it to the moon for whatever reason. I don't know, there could be no power up there and people are dying, or there could be a thermonuclear bomb on there that's part of a power station that's going to blow up and you've got to try and get there and stop it, or the synths could have taken over, or something like that. You know, they're on the moon and they're taking over and they're, you know, they could start a war up there or something. You know, that would be quite an interesting twist.
Yeah, because obviously you still got to look at what they've done.
Perhaps Mothership Zeta on the way.
They can't really do. They could do space, but what I mean is they've kind of set that story now. Bombs go off. Everyone needs to get in the bunkers.
Yeah.
And that's kind of led the way of Fallout. They can't go back on that because that's happened. So whatever happens in their games, it's gonna be wasteland.
Yeah, but don't forget in is it New Vegas, you had the rockets that were I can't remember what the group were called, and they were trying to make it into space. And you had to help them get the rockets working and fire them off.
No, you remember that, what you're saying.
Yeah, the one with the ghouls bit.
Yeah.
Most of them were feral, but one was a scientist, and he thought he was still human, but he was actually a ghoul. So yeah, there are still the rockets capabilities here.
Yeah, and when you think back to other Fallout games, has there been anything said that humans have gone to the moon?
Yeah, the big MT.
Or even more interesting, has there
Because
been...
the big MTs, I think, is on the moon, isn't it?
Well, what? I can't remember. What I was going to say is, maybe they're sending a team up to Earth because Earth is destroyed and you're making a new start on the moon in the future.
Hmm?
That could be
And
a
it could be
possibility.
controlled by the synths, because they have the most.
Well, that's it. Maybe Earth's doomed now. This is, what's this, 300, 400 years in the future. People have got to the moon, they're making a new colony, and something goes wrong at that. Or not the moon, maybe a different planet altogether.
Different planet altogether.
Mars. Nah, there's always simps up that. I would like to see something done with the moon. I think that'd be very interesting. You can just imagine
I was
the
going
moon.
to say, what do you think of the big MT? But you haven't played that bit yet, have you?
No. Don't spoil it for me.
Unbelievable. He's talking about Fallout and he hasn't played it.
I know, here's an interesting thought.
Okay. Sounds expensive.
It sounds, well, it's my fault, so it's going to be expensive. Why is there a boat in... Oh, that's... Yeah, right, that makes sense. Oh, I like that, that's good. There's a lot of boats in Fallout 4. I mean, a lot.
Boats?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can't use any of them, really. Well, except for the one for going to...
Well, this is just another thought for a maybe map plan. But something like Waterworld.
Yeah.
I
that
mean,
could work.
I can't see
Yeah,
it
that
being
could work, actually.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's got to be the main game, but that could be maybe a part of the map, maybe an expansion pack like Far Harbor.
Mm-hmm.
And Waterworld, when you think back to the film, it's basically built up of everything you see on the streets in Fallout.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think that could work.
Right. I was going to say, well, you haven't really played the other one, so you can't really tell. We've got to spot the major differences between each of the games, how it's progressed, and for that you might be able to work out what they're going to do in the next one. Unless they're throwing a complete curveball in it.
I think they will. I think they're going to do something that maybe players are not going to expect.
Yeah, and I hope they don't lame out on it.
Well, I'm just saying that because they've done Fallout for a long time. It's the same kind of things you got to do. Are they going to just chuck us trying to do something else but in the same kind of way? If that makes sense.
Mm.
It doesn't make sense, does it?
Like the American Mint.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I'm here all week.
I
Do you reckon they're going to stick with the old Fallout dweller theme, or do you reckon they might hit a completely new theme altogether? Well, I mean, the Fallout, the Vault Boy is iconic.
Yeah.
Do you reckon they could go a completely different route?
They got to be careful. You've got to be very careful because original fans.
Yeah.
You do not want to upset an original fan.
No. Yeah, I think they would ruin it for me. To be fair, if they went too mental on it.
Yeah, and their games are successful. They don't have to do anything drastic. At the end of the day, I think they're going to do something that's fans are going to love. But they're going to put new ideas, new themes in there.
Yeah, so you reckon that predominantly they'll stay with the same thing? They'll just hit some new...
Yeah, I reckon they're going to stay with Fallout, the idea of an apocalyptic world, but maybe put some kind of curve on it, something a little bit different. But at the end of the day, it's still going to be Fallout. It's going to be what we play, what we're playing now.
Because, I mean, this was a stark difference between this and New Vegas. A stark difference in comparison. And this works brilliantly. This works really well. For me, anyway, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have to carry on from a previous game. I don't think that's... Really, they don't need to do that because they haven't told the story to do that. I mean, they got a great story and everything. But games aren't successful like that. Look at, again, Last of Us. That's only successful because the way it ended. And that's why the new one's going to be very, very successful.
I haven't played that.
It's brilliant. Still one of the best games I've ever played. And I mean, everyone on YouTube would agree with me on that.
Wipe the blood off anything you find there.
What's it, The Last of Us?
The Last of Us. It's just such a good story. If they made it as a film, it would just be the best film ever made. It's everything I would want in a film.
Okay. Says the man who likes Titanic. Just saying.
Told you that in
The other
confidence.
person has cleared. The other person is cleared.
Oh, you can't beat Titanic. Oh, this is a curveball. Could be set on the Titanic.
Actually thinking about that, yeah, the Das Boot, the boat in the
They'd all be dead by now. What?
Fallout 3.
Das Boot?
I can't remember the name of the place now. It was that big
No, that's not.
aircraft carrier,
Oh yeah.
and it was like the main base. Remember?
Kind of. Oh yeah, I remember. I remember. You don't have fun with that.
Yes, that's the one. Yeah. What happens if they did another thing with that in it? That would be cool.
Yeah, that was one of my favourite locations. Going across Washington, past all the massive mutants. Yeah, I like that.
Or this is another thing. Do you reckon they could have just rehashed one of the other games, like 3?
I don't know.
It's going to be a DLC for this.
Look at the Please Stand By Me. I don't think they would rehash one of the other games and do a completely different Please Stand By.
Yeah. maybe not. Maybe not.
I mean, it could work. There was rumours that, like I said in the beginning of the video, they was gonna do what's it? New Vegas. That was the rumours.
New Vegas. Okay.
New Vegas remastered.
Would you get that though?
No.
If you've already got New Vegas? If you've already got New Vacant, would you get the new one?
I heard something.
I found New Vegas so
Let's see
hard
if
to
they
get
left
going.
anything useful
For
us.
me. Not saying it's boring. I struggled with it. I actually really struggled playing that game. Just because it was
I
quite
like that
hard.
game. Yeah, I like that game. That was good. That was just about the enough hardness for me. They could have done more. I like the aircraft scene that they had in it with the bomber that you could help bring back up. But they had flight simulators in there in the boomers, which you couldn't get into. Now that would have been nice if you could have used the flight simulators and maybe even got one of the jet aircraft go in there.
Yeah.
That would have been really cool. That would have been quite useful. I mean, I'm not going to say you're going to turn it into a dogfighting game because I don't know if that would work in this, but even just like a rickety old sort of microlight or something like that, you could sort of patch together and use it for fast traveling. But obviously, because it's a wasteland, you've only got certain areas where you can land, so that would make it a challenge as well.
Yeah. Let's talk gadgets.
Okay.
This is something that's happening a lot in games. Has been since Call of Duty come out with
Accessing pre-war records.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, I think it was.
S9
But
1 3
I'm thinking drones.
862.
Mm.
Ahoy there, citizen.
I mean, I don't know how it would work, but something like that along the lines of gadgets.
Yeah, possibly. You're thinking of what's it is that uses drones like that?
Tom Clancy.
Yeah, Tom Clancy, and there's another one too. I don't remember the name of it. But yeah, it's been done. Don't forget, this is in a different sort of not paradox. What's the word you use for it?
It's basically 50s, isn't it? But in the future.
Basically, what happened was they went the way of the valves, we went the way of the transistors. That's why it looks all 50s.
Yeah.
Because that's yeah.
Does that work though?
Yeah,
like,
for this works perfectly. Because it's kind of similar to what we know perceive as real, but enough different that you can get away with poetic license and things. That that can happen. This can work and stuff.
Yeah.
And it has that nice little hint of really old but futuristic working together perfectly. It's brilliant.
And that all goes back to the new game being what do you call it? Possibly set on the moon.
Exactly. It would look cool.
I think it
I'm
could
trying
work.
to find Bunker Hill, and I cannot find it for the life of me. I've probably gone over it 3 or 4 times. Bunker Hill. I know what it is.
So nothing else along the lines of gadgets. I mean,
Um,
I would like to see be able to climb to every building, like go on the top of every building for a lookout.
yeah, I suppose. I mean, to be honest with you, gadgets-wise, you have got the robots in this,
Yeah.
which is brilliant. So technically, you have got drones. Or technically, you have got drones in this anyway, because you've got the iBots,
Yeah.
which are drones. Thinking of it as like the drones that we know of, it would be a bit, I don't know, almost distasteful, I suppose, in the style. I think with the drones that the iBots and things you've got in this, they look old and 50s style, but with modern, not our sort of universe, but their sort of universe, modern sort of technology, which works for them.
Right, let's go back to the actual Please Stand By, what they released a couple of hours ago now. What are we talking, 4 or 5 hours ago? Probably more than that.
Really? You haven't been gassing for that long, have we?
Just about.
Bloody hell.
Right, let me go back to it. So, again, like you said, it looks very... What's it called? Institute.
What's that? Oh yeah. Very modern Institute style.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think, those colours, like I'm very good with my geography. I know what cities are where and everything. Now what I'm going to do is go on Google a bit quick and just have a look at Florida.
Okay. I'd look at Miami and Hawaii actually, because
Hawaii would be good. And
Yeah.
they could get away with having the entire island map, like full scale. See Florida, straight away you look at it, lovely green, blue water, which is in the colours again.
Yep.
Is there a tan in the picture? Sandy beaches? Miami could work. I mean, Miami would really work well.
Right, Florida or something like that. New Orleans or...
The only thing I would say about New Orleans is, I don't think it's fancy enough.
We're doing fancy enough.
I think they're gonna try and do something like New Vegas. Choose a location that's very glamorous.
More than they just hit New York then and I've done.
Yeah,
that's
but
the most iconic.
Yeah, but New York isn't a party place. I think they're gonna go for something like
What's a
where.
party place got to do with it?
Well, looking at those colours ain't dark and scary, are they?
Don't
Not
look too much into the colours though, because they are only colours. I mean, it might be a fact that they're just trying to brighten things up a little. They have done that with this, to be honest with you. The colours are more, you know,
Oh yeah.
vivid and bright than they were in comparison to Fallout 3, which was really dark and dingy. And
Yeah,
the ones prior
Fallout
to
3
that-
reminds me of brown. I don't know why. Just felt very brown.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's very dark browns, greens, blacks, greys. I only work in black. And in very rare occasions, very dark grey.
Yeah. I'm Batman. None of us had to say it.
Bane, Batman, I will kill you.
Right.
Yeah.
What's your money on? Would you say Florida, maybe Miami? Or would you
I'm gonna
say somewhere else?
I'm gonna go for Miami. I don't know why. I've seen it somewhere. I don't know when this was, but it was a while ago. I vaguely remember seeing a Humvee crashed outside the sign,
Yeah.
and I think it was. Oh, bloody hell was it?
Nice.
I remember seeing the picture of it, and it was in the Fallout style. Whether
Yeah.
or not it was someone that just made up the picture, I don't know. It didn't look like it. It looked too good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there was definitely a Humvee that had crashed. It was not Mississippi, was it? Might have been Miami. Might have been Miami.
I just gotta check.
That's the point. Amy said, do you reckon they might do something like European, like London?
No, I don't think they'll do that. Just
No?
the fact that not many games do it is something they don't really look at.
GTA did. GTA did London.
Yeah, but we're talking years and years ago.
Good old days of black and white. People used to walk fast in a jerky motion. I know this. I've seen the old films.
Alright, I've just been on Google and I just googled it. The most likely locations for a new Fallout 5 setting. Right, let's just put this into perspective. Everything we've
Okay.
just said about Florida and Miami, chuck that out the window because none of that's come up. Top 3 places.
Mississippi?
No. Top 3 places that are highly rumoured. Utah. Texas.
Different. Oh, yeah, Texas I could see.
Or, get ready for it, Colorado, which would be snowy.
Colorado. That would be like New Vegas with the Anchorage, sorry.
Anchorage. I can't remember that.
Anchorage. Yeah, is that 3 or New Vegas? There might have been 3 actually.
Yeah.
The one with
Did
the
that have
Anchorage
snow?
where you had to go. Yes. Operation Anchorage. That was where you're up in the mountains against the Chinese.
Hmm.
At the beginning, in the simulation, you go into that place and you're in the simulator, aren't you?
Yeah, I remember. Oh. Someone's thrown a curveball.
Hmm.
Looking at this is coming from people who talk Fallout all the time, more than me and you. What about being in the Soviet Union where the rockets take off?
You mean China? Because it's not the Russians, it's China.
Oh, they're saying
So
Soviet.
could it be in China?
Oh, China then. Let's say China. From what I've just read here, they're saying the Soviet. Oh, they're saying
No, it was
Soviet
Chinese.
Russia. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. What if it is? What if you do actually live in China? You might even be working on the rockets that destroy Earth.
So it could be the Chinese Fallout.
Yeah, that'd be good. Oh, someone said Seattle, maybe?
Seattle, yeah.
Seattle would
could be
work,
one. What
but
do you think?
Seattle's pretty
What about
close to-
Oklahoma?
Oklahoma? No. Someone said Paris.
Paris, yeah, maybe. But if they're going to do that, we might as well do London.
Well, now I just... Oh my god. Someone's dreaming. Scottish Islands.
Scottish Islands. Yeah, I gotta put me down as a no for that one.
Oh, New Zealand.
New Zealand, yeah, that could be a thing.
See, they could do a location like New Zealand. That would work.
Maybe says good point. There's wrong colouring for the we don't know, but it feels like the wrong sort of colouring for the "Please wait there" flag,
Right, what I'm
which
gonna
I can
do,
see.
I'm gonna send you a picture that this is what I was sent ages ago. This is
Yeah.
back when.
So you're saying it's more like a lines of the sunshiny sort of look, which would mean sort of maybe Miami,
it-
Florida.
It reminds me of those posters you see in places like Hawaii and that.
Yeah.
Those colours. I'm gonna send you. This is what I was sent ages ago by my good friends at shall not be named Soft. I've sent you a
Okay.
photo.
Ooh, someone send me porn flicks.
Wasn't me.
Hang on, from Jake. Yep, there was. Oh, hang on. That looks very similar to the picture
Well,
which
look
had
at
the MV next to it.
Look at the colours though.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. It was Florida, the one with the Humvees broken up next to it. But that ghoul is very Fallout 3. Yeah.
He seems more dead than the ones
New
on here.
Vegas. Yeah, he's a New Vegas or 3 zombie one. He's not anything new.
So let's go on to.
So that's why this sort of thing I would take with a pinch of salt, because they're using the old school ghouls.
Where would you say on the fact of maybe a new creatures? If it is going to be somewhere like Florida, you are going to have alligators and that.
Okay.
So maybe the fact that you got mutant alligators being the new death claws.
Yeah, because to be honest with you, the new monsters that they put in for Fire Harbour and Nuka World were quite disappointing, to be honest with you. Yeah. The original Deathclaw I still think is the scariest looking monster.
Oh yeah, every time I see one, I cower down behind a bin and wait until he's gone.
Yeah, that's pretty much the way to do it with them. But yeah, no, it's they've got to get something as good as, if not better than, the Deathclaw, because they need to, basically.
Well, think an alligator that's, let's say, triple the size of what they are anyway.
Maybe they can have a hybrid alligator with Deathclaw.
Yeah.
It could be called a Deathclaw alligator.
Death alligator.
Yeah.
Death
Pardon?
collaborator.
Pardon?
A death collaborator.
Pardon?
Nothing.
Oh, death. Right. I'm sorry. I thought you said death.
Yeah. Death collaborator.
We're about to at the moment. I'm placing beds down for the people of all these places.
Where am I?
What I might actually do is... Oh! You can assign the Brahmin here. Oh, interesting. I might close mine down, actually, and you can throw your views to me. I can see what you're doing at the same time. Because playing this, watching that, listening to this, talking to you, and watching your video at the same time. Little awkward.
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 Like, can you think of anything else? Maybe they might chuck in a new game?
The multiplayer thing, I reckon, could be a thing, as you say. I reckon that might be a new one. Obviously, new weapons. Should they keep the modifying of the weapons up? Yes. Is there that point having that many weapons when you're actually playing the game? Probably not. Because you do, I don't know about you, but I tend to find you stick to a couple of weapons and pretty much play the whole game to do it. It's nice to have all the weapons and they look great and everything. You may shoot them off a couple of times and go, oh, that's good, but you tend to stick to a handful of weapons and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's the same here. I got the same weapons. I had probably 2 weeks in playing the game when it was released.
It's like I got all them power armor suits. Don't use any of them. I used the XO one. That's about it. So I got the Nuka-Cola one. Now I've got the other what's the blue one? Nuka World one, the blue suit, XO one.
Yeah.
And there's the other one as well. But basically, they just look pretty inside the base at home, and that's pretty much it.
And they do look pretty.
They do look good, I must admit. It's nice to have it, but they could put that effort into something else, maybe like more gameplay or other quests or anything like that.
Yeah.
Do you reckon the game's long enough?
Well, I haven't completed it, so.
That's a tick from that one, so yes.
Well, no, I'm getting
I'll tell you what they could potentially do, which I think they missed a trick on this one. They did the whole Pit Boy thing, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. They did the jackets and the lunch boxes and a couple of other things. If they did a toy range for this, which to be honest with you, they are bringing out a game for this. I don't know if anyone knows, but there is actually a game for this now. board game, which is a bit like Warhammer and Dungeons and Dragons type of thing, but you've got the Red Rocket building, you've got all the characters, you've got your Deathclaws, you've got your Dwellers, Raiders and everything. Looks really good, must admit, does it really good. But I think if they do the new one, they'd be missing a trick, I reckon, if they didn't build like the toy line for it. Like, you could buy the laser gun, you could buy the parachute helmet, you could buy the, the knickknacks, the Pip-Boys and other things like that with it as well, and do maybe more outside of the game to, I don't know, maybe work with the game, or just for collecting, or playing differently or whatever.
I mean, that sounds to me a lot like Lego Dimensions.
No, it's not going too far.
No, but that's basically the same kind of thing. You collect your figures that help you unlock new game modes.
Yeah, no, I don't mean like in that perspective. I mean as like a side thing. You could actually buy the weapons from this, or the stuff that you could collect as well as the game itself. I reckon that would be quite cool.
Yeah, it could
Maybe
work.
not so much interaction. I mean, they got the Pip-Boy to interact with the thing, but you could do that off your phone. That's what it does anyway.
Yeah.
So that I reckon they should do again, because that was wicked.
That's one thing I never tried though.
It's good fun. Yeah, put the Pip-Boy on your arm, download the app onto your phone. Well, to be honest with you, just download the app on your phone. You don't need the Pip-Boy, it's just there as a retainer. It just holds your phone onto your wrist. And you, instead of having to bring your Pip-Boy up on the game, you just bring it up on your wrist. So you go, that weapon, enter, and it comes up on the screen straight away. It's awesome. In fact, download the thing on your phone and do it. It's wicked.
I would like to see.
I
would like to see a flooded map.
Yeah, I mean, it's
or maybe
too
somewhere
bad.
where you could swim underwater.
That's a trick they missed on this one, the underwater
It would have worked really well
base.
with this thing.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
I mean, I love floods anyway. I don't know why, it's just always been a thing. I like submerged cities underwater.
Yeah, a bit weird, but there you
Day after tomorrow.
go. Oh god, that was terrible, wasn't it?
It was alright, wasn't the end of the world. He said it, he said it. Would you like to see more locations to go inside? I mean, there's a fair few anyway. It's not like you're spoiled for choice.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's still places on here I haven't actually discovered them. Discovering new ones all the time. And another one tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's definitely big enough. Absolutely.
Is the map big enough then?
For what the game is and how intricate it is, I'd probably say yes, it's big enough. For what you can actually do.
I do feel like the map is smaller than the others. Is that just me?
Yeah.
It's smaller
I
than
don't know,
Fallout 3. It's definitely smaller than Fallout 3.
I think it's wider. It's definitely wider.
Is it?
Probably not as tall, but it's definitely wider. Yeah, it is wider.
I mean, there's a lot of locations outside the map anyway you can go to, which I haven't been to.
Yeah, but that's only for the DLC. That's
No, but I mean through some of the missions as well.
Oh, you go off the map a little bit. Yeah, the bottom left,
Yeah.
the
Not massive.
glowing sea. Fellow's cabin. Where's that?
You know you've had a bad day when you don't have any skin on your bones.
Alright. We found another ghoul again.
Thinking about that, I would really like to see something now that is underwater. Maybe after the map is flooded and you've got to swim to get under that. A bit like, do you ever play
They
Bioshock?
should have done it in this. Yeah, they did that in this, but they took it out.
Yeah.
They should never have done. They should have left it in here.
And maybe that's something they probably took it out because they thought, oh, we could do something with this a few years down the line.
Maybe that's what. What happens if they're putting the content that they cut out into this one into the next one?
Yeah, well, that's it. That. I wouldn't put it past them. A lot of games do that.
Which would be perfect for New Orleans
Yeah,
because it's
submerged.
all side on the water, isn't it? A lot of water around there.
I'm saying on Miami. Miami is a giant, not island, but sticks out in the middle of the ocean.
True. Yeah. True.
You got disappearing out,
Where's this? Oh, it says White Homestead.
A crazy thing that was going around a while ago was sports.
Cabin. Sports?
Someone had a crazy theory that they was going to put sports in Fallout. Now I don't know what
sort of sports? You do a lot of sports anyway. It's called running. There's a death claw. I'm now running.
Yeah.
What's not to sport?
See, looking at that again, the top 3 locations are Utah, Texas, and Colorado.
Hang on. It's got a it's got an Indian head in it, innit?
Yeah, at the top.
What part of the what part of the country in America is more famous for the Indian head? Where do they use it in one of their football clubs or something like that, don't they?
Oh, what the
Reds or something like that? Yeah, that might be a pointer about where it is.
Yeah, we're Indians, and that's New York. Because they bought the thing Manhattan off the Indians.
Manhattan could be Manhattan.
Yeah, but that's New York.
That might be the one. Isn't there somewhere down sort of south or over to the east side of America where that symbol is quite predominant?
Well, again, look, Vegas.
That's New Vegas. It could be Vegas. I think that symbol there could be the clue. I think that could that's
It's an Indian chief. It's definitely an Indian chief.
Yeah.
Now, let me go on Google. Native Indians, America.
That would be the way to do it. The clue's in the title. I cannot find. The thing is Shiznik.
Right, here we go. I've got a map up of where they would appear. So which is the one that looks like it is in the symbol?
Mhm.
That's what we got to look for first.
Yeah.
Because it's got the entire United States. You know what? It is the Eastern Seaboard, which would
There you
be
go.
Rhode Island, New York.
There you go then. So maybe it is New York. Would
But-
be the obvious choice.
But Colorado, possibly.
Mhm.
From looking at the map I'm looking at. I mean, I done crap in history anyway, but
Oh yeah, I was gonna say slightly on a different thing. Your rocket, just use an old bag to
yeah, I plan to.
make the parachute.
I got a parachute spare anyway, but
Yeah. Yeah, and say roll it over your thumb and poke it in that way.
okay.
I
Bullet
cannot
bands,
find
ignore.
this place. Where is it? Longfellows. Oh, fool! No wonder I can't find it. Longfellow's cabin's in thingy, innit?
This is very interesting.
Go on.
Mexico. Just the fact that they got 25.7 million Indians, Native American Indians.
Mexico? Yeah, I can't see it somehow.
No, Mexico ain't really a place you would want to go. They would want to go with, I don't think. Well, when you think of watching, you know, your old Western films and they have native Indians in, what do you see a lot of?
Cowboys.
No. Scenery-wise.
Hills and sand.
Well, no, you see a lot of the Nevada desert. You see a lot of Monument Valley. Now,
Exactly.
the only problem with that is, that's California. Now, California is a very
Hang on,
place.
California, that rings a bell. That's, I think that was the name of the signpost with the crashed Humvee into it. California, that rings a bell now.
California would work, and that would also go very well with those colours in that Please Stand By.
Exactly. I reckon it could be calm.
Oh, that is good. Run, Johnny, run! Got the other one too. Yeah, California. See, I would love that because California is the place I would love to go and live.
Is there anyone put any comments of anything to talk about?
No comments. Have you got any comments? Please, let us know what you think. Where do you think the new Fallout game is going to be based?
Really, what direction do you reckon it's going to go?
Yes,
Should it go in a direction, or should it stay the same format? Just more of the same. Or do you reckon they'll call it something completely different, and it'll be pre-war? Could it be the lead-up to the nuclear apocalypse?
Yeah, see, this is all stuff we've got to be thinking about. Could they do that? Would they want to do that? Would they want to go and show everyone what is going to happen?
Well, they kind of introduced a bit of that at the beginning of this.
Yeah. And it worked. It actually worked really well again.
Yeah, it seemed to have a nice little feature to it. Maybe you could be in the start of what happens, maybe, or to try and prevent it, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. These things could happen. Something just blew up and I got points for it. Nowhere near me, but okay. See, I like the idea of all the boats on this game.
Yeah, it'd be good if you could have used some more.
I like the fact that you can't drink water.
Ain't got nothing worth taking.
Do you think you should get more, what do you call it, payment for your actions?
Yeah, that's one thing I do say about this. It can be a hell of a slog to, especially for the creation side of things, when you want to make stuff up. That can be one hell of a slog. There's little tricks you can do to sort of duplicate mod, tricks and things like that. Yeah. But yeah, that they could have made, even if it was like a big haul, like you get so far through the game and I don't know, you come across a factory where I don't know, a quarter or I don't know, half of what you need is there to at least give you a good foothold in.
Yeah.
Or something similar to that. That would have been good. But in saying that, it does mean that you do carry on the game, trying to find and add all these things, so once you've finished the game itself, you can carry on doing that. So it's swings and roundabouts, really.
Yeah.
There is nothing worse than getting into a game and then being stuck somewhere for hours on end, having to repeat something or do something that just gets boring and long.
Yeah.
People just go, you know what, I'm not gonna bother now.
Yeah, because that's
Keeping
what
the game
puts people
flowing
off.
seems to work. That's what I do like about this. If that is the case, you can go and do something else. Get more powerful, come back and try again if needed, or just ignore it altogether.
More exciting. I mean, the most exciting part of it to me is the location. Where they go.
Yeah. Where are they going? That's going to be the question on everyone's lips. Where are they heading? I think everything else to that secondary probably. Even if they did the same as this, but just in a different area, I think it would still win.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that though. That's a definite no.
No, they're obviously going to change a few things. What do you reckon? Alright, and there's one. What do you reckon they'll take out?
I'll get rid of.
Yep.
That's a good question. Let's have a good think about that. Will they get rid of any of the creatures? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that all comes down to
Yes.
location.
Yes. Yeah. Do you reckon they'll keep class dusticles?
Yeah.
Okay. What else do you reckon they're going to take out? What part of the engine do you reckon they'll remove, or what sort of game physics do you reckon they'll change, or weapon, or?
I think they're really cut down on the base modifications.
Yeah, I can see that.
Just
But
the fact
saying
that
that, some people out there that love doing that. I mean, I've seen some of the ones on YouTube, and some of the places have been absolutely amazing.
oh yeah, I don't mean they're gonna get rid of it. I just think.
No,
that
I'm
was
on
kind
about
of-
what are they going to get rid of? What do you reckon they will actually remove?
Yeah, no, what I meant with that is just the fact that that was the big point of this game when this game was coming out, that you would have to help people when you create your bases and that. And I think they're going to put a step back to that, kind of let that go on a bit better on its own. Obviously they're going to get rid of the location, that's definite. They're not going to be in the same place. Are they going to get rid of the synths? Did you see that?
The what?
The synth?
The synth? I don't know. I don't think they will completely. I mean, if you've been to Arcadia yet,
No.
I won't say too much, but basically there are still synths, good synths about.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen none of that.
Yeah, there's still some good ones about. So
Yeah. I don't know, what could be gone at the game? What's the thing that annoys you the most?
well, not one thing I would say that annoys me, but one thing I did like, which this one hasn't got, is the weapons degrading system.
Yeah.
That was quite useful. I don't weirdly though, I say that I don't actually miss it in this game, but it was nice to have in the original one.
Yeah.
That I must have I did like. One of the DLCs I think probably don't really need it. That's the workshop. Is it a workshop one? No, the other one where it builds machines to make stuff. Kind of no point. more interaction or more people at the bases would be good. That you could, I don't know, maybe get to do more things, or maybe more attacks on there, or make it so they can sort themselves out, so they can sort the base out and make it up themselves and things like that, rather than having to go back.
Yeah, that's what I kind of meant just now when I said kind of not get rid of it, but kind of push away from that a bit. Not focusing on it so much.
I think so. To be honest, there wasn't a great deal I didn't really not like about it. If anything, it was like could have like added a couple of more things, but it's pretty much all in there. To be fair, if you look at the game as a whole,
yeah,
it's been what you wanted kind of out of the other ones, and so yes, alright. There's a couple of things that they've taken out which were really good in some of the previous games, but they've added more to sort of make up with that, and it kind of works really. I think for me it's going to be a case of new territory, new places to explore, and new missions.
Yeah.
Even if they kept it similar to this or the same as this, that would be fine. But you know, as long as new locations, new weapons and stuff, new creatures to sort of get more diversity in the creatures, I'd probably say. You know, they're kind of restricted on what you have to fight in here, in that perspective. Vehicles, limit. I reckon if you limit what vehicles are, but have a couple of ones, say you've got to build up, even if you build up your own buggy or off-roader or something like that would be cool. Or you could fix one of the broken cars on the side of the road, have it as you know, take it to the base and, like say, be able to sort of fix it up over time. That would be cool.
Yeah, because I would like that. I would like the idea of having a vehicle you've got to
but it kind of...
Well, you can't use the roads, can you?
With this game. Yeah, it kind of works with this game. Because it literally is. Everything is just decayed and falling apart, and the world's had to start again, and you're not going to have that knowledge, really, to fix them, or the parts to fix them, because there's nobody that makes anything anymore. You're scavenging off the land. You're almost starting sort of Neanderthal style again and working forward.
Yeah.
So it kind of works. Really.
Well, yeah, that's what Fallout's about, isn't it? Sweet. Right, we have a comment. Bear with me. Bear with me. Hi. Grrr.
Probably says hello, shut up.
No, you just put hi, so hi back.
Oh, hello back there.
Thank you for joining us.
Your live stream just disappeared. There you go.
I'm back. I'm back.
Yeah.
I killed a mutant,
When did they send that?
Just,
Oh right. Oh. Hello to whoever there. Have you got any questions or answers on what you reckon could be?
yeah, what do you think about the new Fallout game coming out? I mean, we can say what we want, but I think it's going to be a Fallout game.
Let me pause you there. The Fallout game's going to be... There's a Fallout game coming out. That's what I'd have to say.
I think that's probably what the person I'm watching just said. Wait, there's a new Fallout game coming out?
Yep. Yep. To those who are unaware, there is a new Fallout... Well, potentially. We don't know yet.
I reckon it
Bethesda
is.
sent out their symbol of please stand by.
Yeah.
If you've not seen it yet, it's...
It's quite colourful.
Yep, quite
Kind
colourful.
of leads towards somewhere sunny, maybe.
What was our answer to that? Because the giveaway was it's a bit colourful, and there's the Indian head in it, so we reckon
Yes.
California,
Somewhere.
potentially California.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
I reckon it might be California, to be fair.
Yeah, because Miami, yes, but again,
Well, I mean,
you got
yeah, but I reckon California. I reckon that's where it's hit.
Yeah.
Because I vaguely remember it a while back seeing, like I say, a big signpost. There's what looked like it might have even been a Humvee crashed up next to it, and I'm sure it said California, and it was the whole Fallout theme style, and it didn't look as though it was someone had made it up. I mean, it's possible they had, but it did look.
Yeah, the only
pretty
thing
awesome.
that's putting me away from California at the moment is because all the rumours I have heard and been told, and my sources are pretty bang on. There's not much they're wrong about pointing towards Florida, but they're rumours.
Yeah, no, I could see Florida. I could see Florida.
Rumours are rumours. You can't trust them. It's just my sources are quite good.
Pretty good.
They've been right about at least 95% of the stuff.
Fair enough. Yeah, you can't knock that. You can't knock that.
But I'm open to California because I like the idea of that. It's one of my favourite locations for a game. GTA done it perfectly, even though it's a different kind of game, but it worked for them.
Yeah.
I mean, is there any other locations apart from Europe, because everyone wants a European Fallout?
Yeah, it'd be good if they did a London one or something like that. Or
Yeah, I'm carrying too
is it
much.
Rome?
A Forest of Dean Fallout game.
Well, a Gloucester one. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, you'd go back to your house straight away, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Pardon me.
Yeah, I would actually, because I know I've got everything here.
Even the game.
That would work perfectly. Yeah, go in the game, go home.
What are you doing? Oh,
Don't
I
mean to
just
make
sat
you
up on the bed
nervous,
playing the
but
game.
I don't think we're...
On the game.
Yeah, on the game.
Perfect.
Okay then. What do you reckon they're going to do for the storyline? This is the big one.
Is it the big one now?
Well,
Someone
The
who's
Lone
completed the
Wanderer.
game.
The Lone Wanderer, that worked. Fallout 3, it was disappointing because when you got to the end, that was it. That was it. But this one, I like the way they did it, but I don't like the way they did it. I didn't like the way they did it. The ending for me was a bit, oh, okay then. Well, it's a bit
Oh, really?
open. Yeah, it's a bit open-ended, should we say. I think the story, if they can make it a good story in the next one, I think that'll make a massive difference.
Yeah, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Story's not on the top of my list. Not by a long shot.
Really? Okay.
I
It does work in with the gameplay though. It does work in with the game.
yeah. Oh yeah. I mean the first I don't know, half an hour of the game is gonna be showing you what to do and it's gonna be involved in the story.
Yeah.
I've just walked into a hornet's nest, literally.
Don't do that. Never a good sign.
Location is top. Oh. I'd like to see something done that they haven't done.
Like?
Wow, like I mentioned earlier, something like Waterworld. A massive, massive base that's based on something outstanding.
I think the underwater thing would work well.
Yeah.
Because
They got
I think if they took some of the content that they took out of this and put it in, that would be cool. Like I said, like the underwater thing and you know, just little things like that. That would have worked. That would have worked.
Yeah, it means we should get the hell out of here.
Would you like to see more animal companions?
There is a like.
Wow, no. Yeah, mutated cat. A mutated one.
mutated synth cat.
A really big ass cat that's mutated. A robotic
you're-
cat.
Sync with He-Man, aren't you?
No.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, that's so He-Man right there.
How about?
Don't tell me you're going to be She-Ra, aren't you?
No, definitely not. I know who Shima is.
Lol.
Wow, look at Far Cry 5. I got a pet bear on that.
We can't. We don't have it.
We need to get it. Pull your finger out and go and get it now.
Really?
Asda's open.
Is it good? Is it?
It's good. It's
Far Cry's good, is it?
very good.
Okay.
Trust me, I'm a doctor.
Oh God.
I am. I'm a good doctor too. Right.
Oh shit.
Here's a quick
Yep.
question. Should me and you build a Fallout rocket?
Yeah, but the only problem I could potentially see in that is finding the isotope to go in the nose of it. The government tend to have a shady look on it with anything to do with fissile material in the front of a rocket. Don't tend to like it. You know the whole Korea being Rumble Korea? Yeah, same problem. I wouldn't.
Well, I put a video on my rocket the other day on Facebook, and straight away someone put on "We are not joining the space race in Sinford."
You get a phone call from King John Buttentop going, "Hello, will you make my rocket for me?" I don't know what to say to him.
He'd be, your rocket flies so high, makes ours look shite.
Oh, thank you much.
Oh, thank you.
This chicken is very rubbery. Thank you very much.
What's it powered by?
SD rockets, you can buy them down the shop, next thing you know.
Yeah. Next thing you know, Kim Jong Un's in antics in Gloucester.
Yes, yeah. I thought I've seen it.
No, let's get off this subject now.
Yeah, it's probably an idea. Ah, everywhere's got beds now. Oh, they're all happy.
Yay! I can go to bed.
Oh, I shot her right in the nuts. Right. Will we get any celebrities in the new game?
Yeah, in fact, you're saying that about the new Fallout game. I rumoured or heard that some of the original characters had been either tweeting or getting the message out that they were handed scripts or reading scripts, which kind of points definitely to Fallout stuff. Which would be awesome.
Yeah. Oh, Robert De Niro in the Fallout game.
Anything useful for us?
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah, that could work really well.
Kevin Spacey? Too soon?
Too soon. I want to see Michael Bain. Right, I'm just going on Twitter to see what everyone's tweeting about the new Fallout.
Okay. In fact, do you want to throw me your connection? I'm going to stop in this one. I'm going to follow you and point in some directions. We can do stuff together on yours then, because then I can concentrate more on the...
I can't broadcast though, can
I? You can if you throw it to me.
No, I can't broadcast if we share play.
Really?
Play.
Oh.
No, it won't work. I've tried it, trust me.
Alright then, I'll just watch it on the phone next to me then.
Ah,
I'll just have to
so
watch the 5 minutes delayed.
Bethesda put
Bethesda.
please stand by out.
Bethesda.
Bethesda. Yeah?
Bethesda.
Bethesda.
I bet you say digital as well, do you? Digital.
The please stand by come out 8 hours ago.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Number 1 comment, what are you doing?
What are we doing?
No, what are they doing?
This is the question. This is the question.
Will we
I mean,
get
it could be a complete curveball. It could be like a just fat DLC to go on it, and this will be the final bit.
No, I don't think they'll do it.
No.
Everyone's saying Fallout Shelter 2. I love that.
Yeah, they could go. They could go one better than that.
What?
Dog meat, the life story.
Oh no, that wouldn't work because none of the police stand by me. It's in colour. Dogs can't see colours.
Ah, that's true.
Yep, see, I'm right again. So everyone's saying, are we going to see it at E3? Yeah. I can tell you now, if they don't show Fallout at E3, because when they show Fallout 4, they stole the show. It was top game of the show. They beat everyone.
Right.
So they're definitely going to show it at E3. Will we get a release date? Yes, I think we will at E3. Release date's going to be, if it's not end of this year, which it's a tight window, but games ain't doing what they used to do where they announce it, wait 3 years and then release it. That's not happening no more because games are a lot easier to make for PlayStation 4 now.
Yeah.
And I mean, games are getting slowed down being released, but they used to be delayed so many times, and they're not no more. It's like one delay and it's out. I personally reckon the game's got to come out March next year.
March next year.
Yeah.
As late as that.
I think that's the earliest because I don't think they're gonna release it with all the games coming out at the end of November. This November and December. It's tough. It's what they want to do. I mean, if they think they can pull it off, but if I was them, I wouldn't. I would wait until March. That way, you're putting more work into the game. Because what we're gonna see if they do
How long
release.
has it been since they did the last one?
3 years. 2015.
Well, that's 3 years to make a game. Who says they weren't on it as this was out?
They would have been on it.
And they're literally going to bring it out almost as soon as the. So they're either A, they're finishing it off and they're going to go, yeah, this is now the game, or B, they're going to go, we're going to get to a certain point. If this looks good, they're going to go, yeah, we'll send out some feelers, and then, like you say, send it out next year.
Well, the way it usually works is they will show a trailer whenever that's going to be. Chances going to be E3 because that's where everyone's going to be at the time. Best time to release a trailer because everyone's going to be watching E3. They do every year.
Alright, so when's the one for us again? Time and date?
We're looking Sunday half 2.
Yeah.
On the
so this
9th.
Sunday 2:30 in the morning.
Not this Sunday.
No, this Sunday. Okay.
June.
When? June. Okay. June at 2:30 in the morning.
June 10th or June 9th, I think.
Okay.
What they do, they will show a trailer there. Whatever trailer they show is probably going to be 6 months gameplay. 6 months old gameplay.
Right, okay.
That trailer is going to be complete now. They're just waiting to press that button to pull it out there. Because that's usually how it works. They ain't going to show a trailer being rushed, put together, ready for E3. Because they've been working on this 3 years, so they're already going to have something to show. They ain't going to show gameplay at E3. They never do with Fallout.
Is it just going to be sort of standoff pictures of... Yeah,
it's going to be a trailer, then some guy goes up and talks about the game, some of the new stuff, and possibly...
New features. What do you reckon they're their sort of little, what can I call it? Their little selling point's going to be. I mean, last one obviously was the Pip-Boy thing. That just everyone went off their nut when it was like, oh yeah, you can also get a Pip-Boy with this game as well. And everyone was like, I need that in my life so badly.
They went so
yeah,
mad.
exactly.
I don't know.
What do you reckon they could do this year? One of the weapons?
It depends.
The outfit, maybe?
Yeah, but it depends. This game could be coming out with a whole new weapon that's going to make people obsessed with it.
What happens if they actually make a weapon that works? You could have the laser pistol as a working pistol in the game.
You might get arrested, but yeah.
Yeah. No, but I mean one that you can connect to your computer.
Hopefully
and you use it in the game.
Yeah. Well, it all ties in with VR stuff. VR is going to be a selling point. Don't forget VR. We haven't even spoken about that.
Oh Christ, yeah, VR. Well, it's a little flaky for this version at the moment, though. Anyway, people have been going, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, but they could have been working on it a long time.
I mean, true.
Let's not
That's
blow it out
point.
of proportion, but this game could be a VR only game. I don't think they'll do that, but
very much doubt that.
no,
Because they're kind of cutting themselves off for the people that haven't bought VR because
Yeah.
it's damned expensive.
oh yeah, I don't think they're going to do that, but just pull it in now, you know.
Yeah. Do you reckon? It could be It could be VR compatible.
Whoa, whoa, shut the fuck up. Here's something.
Possible.
That would do it. Mind you, this one's compatible as well. But yeah, I know many people are going a bit. Maybe the next one could be compatible, but work.
Could they do something keeping VR in mind? Like you said, being you buy one game, you can do both games. That's not something a lot of games are doing, and it doesn't work well. I mean, that was one of the big things about Gran Turismo, and then when you get it, you can only have one car on track with you whilst you're VR.
Yeah, I did not like that. That was one of my favourite games of all time, and for me, they ruined it.
Yeah,
They absolutely ruined it.
they lost it.
Yeah, the original part of the game was you could buy a cheap car, you could then build it up, you could then race that car, you could tweak it, you could do everything with it, and then work your way up that way. Now it's a case of there's half a dozen cars, good luck.
Yeah,
No.
and let's not forget the most vital thing. You start the game, you buy one of the worst cars in the world, and it's a long time before you can put turbo and engine in it. I mean, that's the first thing I was working on. I was saving up for tyres, race tyres and that.
Yeah, tyres, suspension, engine, gearbox, exhaust. It was all what made the game.
Yeah.
You know,
And then
now
they
it's
go-
a case of now we'll take all the good stuff out. You lose all the cars because there were so many cars on there. It was great.
Yeah. Anyway, let's steer away from Gran Turismo. Will they do a collaboration with someone?
Ooh, controversial again.
There's the
What you mean?
upsides and downsides. I'm not talking Gran Turismo / Fallout. I would play
No,
that,
but I
wouldn't
think
you?
going back to what you were saying about the teamwork or dual player, they could possibly put something like that in there, a bit like Call of Duty or Tony Lance's Modern Warfare, whatever. They might add a bit of that into there as something new. I don't know why, I know you said it, but there's a nasty feeling that there's going to be a co-op thing.
It's always been one of the biggest talking things about Fallout. Where's multiplayer?
They could do it. They could do it, but it could be something like you could be dog meat, where the one person could be the lone wanderer, or the Vault Dweller. The other person could be Dogmeat. The other person could be Veronica. The other person could be Preston. So you could play the characters, or maybe new characters.
Well, yeah, it'd be new characters, wouldn't it? So that
But,
person
you know what
can
I mean?
join you
But-
whenever.
Yeah, but they could play like the other characters in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, that would work.
Or
I
you
mean-
could be the other faction.
That's no different to, yeah, what about even being enemies?
Exactly. So you've got like the Brotherhood against the Synths.
Yep, that could happen.
But the only problem I see with that is like all the other games. You're going to get the trollers. You're going to get the ones that are going to mod. You're going to get the ones that are going to put the God mode on. And then you're going to be going around trying to do your own thing or try and have a proper mission. And then you've got these dweebs that are just going around going, oh look how great I am. I can't play the game so I need to put God mode on. Yeah,
Yeah.
play the game, mate.
But not if you do it like Ghost Recon Wildlands,
Okay.
because that's not like that. Ghost Recon Wildlands, your friends can join you. Yes, you can have random people.
Yeah.
But
You mean make
can't-
it, it's just a friends only thing rather than just like a GTA style?
Yeah, you could have random people playing with you, but obviously you ain't really gonna accomplish that much. But they can't kill you.
Yeah.
That don't
Yeah, good
happen.
point.
So maybe like that, like with Ghost Recon, you do a mission as a team, and then one of your friends coming online, they can jump straight in as one of those team members to help you out,
Like it. Yeah, that could work.
and straight away, you probably won't complete the mission any faster, but you're gonna have a lot of fun doing it with a friend.
Mm. Yeah, I could see that happening.
I don't like the idea of having multiplayer like GTA, where it's open world, you've got just random people running around killing each other.
Yeah, they got too many games out like that at the moment.
That ain't gonna work with Fallout. That's not gonna work for 1 second.
Part
Now,
of the lore of Fallout is you're on your own.
yeah. Now, I'm not saying they won't do that as maybe a game mode. They might add some game modes like that, where it's a smaller map, like a compound or something. Like you could have a death match dedicated to one area of the map, but it'd be not linked to your game. So where you can just join and play with other players. Jesus Christ, that's one ugly stag.
Time to earn our paycheck.
Hello to that one person who's still watching this, still watching. Hello again.
Yes, well done
Stick
for
with us.
watching and sticking with us. We're not the most
You get bastard.
exciting pair to listen to.
Speak for yourself.
Alright, alright.
I have women falling all over me. Well, generally from they look at me and have a heart attack and they just fall dead. But yeah, it's fine. It's fine. So yeah, no, it's
Where you
one person
going
out
with
there has
this?
got a comment. I have no idea. If they got a comment on what they thoughts and ideas of what could potentially be, or what they would want out of it, that would be great. Gives us something to ramble about. Because let's face it, that's what we're doing. Playing a game, rambling about something that doesn't actually exist yet, but
And might not.
why the hell? Yeah.
We could be doing all this, and it might just be a phone game. We haven't even spoken about that yet.
yeah. It could be like I say, it could be Fallout Shelter or something like that.
Oh, that
All
you
that-
know what? My heart would sink.
Oh god, because I did see that thing last time where they had a countdown for Fallout, and it just counted down to nothing, and that was it. It was a bit of a
Quite blank.
It's a bit of a nothing, really. This is obviously gripping because I'm just having a look through on YouTube at the moment, and other people are.
Oh yeah, there's
Looking
not
about.
just us. Trust me.
Yeah, most of them have got like 1 or 2 people watching as well. It's obviously gripping news for all the 5 or 6 Fallout fans that are out there.
Only 5 or 6.
Just got 2.
Tell you what,
That's one more than we got. What are they doing? What have they got that we haven't? Probably more information and...
Yeah, they probably work.
Probably. Or they're American. Not that they got nothing against Americans. It's just, have you heard them talk on these game things? They don't even breathe in.
No.
It's like, it's literally, could have it as a constant noise going on.
If our one viewer's American, no offense.
I got nothing against them. It's just, it's. I just find it amazing how they can talk to these game things without actually breathing in. And yeah, that's a skill. That is a skill.
That's it.
Anyway, back to Fallout.
Back to Fallout.
Or should we talk about something completely different? We
No.
can do this.
No,
we have
can't.
the technology. We just
No, we
don't spend too much. Okay.
We cannot do that. I've signed a patent.
That's true.
You're going down. Grr. That's menacing.
Tried signing the patty once.
Quick question.
Go on, make it quick. Back, no, take it long. Give me a long answer. Make it as long as briefly possible so we can add more to this content. It doesn't need to be. Alright.
We team up.
Which comes first, the chicken or the egg?
Where I'm going with this, right?
Well, you say that, but if you... have you heard the one about the chicken and the egg lying in the bed? And the
Let's see what I
chicken
got in
goes,
my pocket.
well, we know who came first then. No? No? Okay. That's a naughty joke right there.
I'm saying nothing.
Mm-hmm.
If our one viewer's younger than that joke's intended for, we're very sorry.
Yep.
Mike will apologise to the nation tomorrow morning first thing.
No, I won't. No, I won't.
Just say yeah, you don't have to do it.
Oh, hang on. I just got a
Hey,
message from Martin.
I got something
He's
important to
online.
say. I
Dispatch
really
services
appreciate you putting up with my bullshit.
Strange
Truth is,
that
it's
one
been
is.
a long time since I've had a...
DT Online Dispatch Services. Missions let you infiltrate holding cells.
Ooh. Ooh. I see that boy again.
I'm a liar. Everyone knows.
So, have we got any
let's see.
questions from our one watcher?
Who came?
Oh, I'm going to send us a message.
You gotta send us a message. Yeah, make up that 1% of our viewers.
Yes. I'm going to send a message to myself. It's going to say, "Shut up, stop talking."
Shut up, Mike. You don't know what you're talking about. From Mike.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh, hang on. Looks like they have actually put something else. They put hi, and then under that they put penny human. You better double check that because with my dyslexic knowledge of reading, that could be hilarious.
Let's see what he put. I don't think he's watching no more. Puny human.
No idea.
No.
They're obviously American. Actually, looking at their no, maybe not.
Right.
Offended any of the Americans out there? I apologise, but
We have it 1 o'clock at night or early morning, whichever way you want to look at it. I'm not staying up much longer, so we've got to do a recap.
what the hell does penny human means?
Puny human. I've heard it on a film, haven't I?
Hurry! She's in here!
Puny
Please
human.
help!
Google it, see what it says.
1 minute. I'm trying to think what I've seen it.
Penny human. Unless it's meant to say like penny human.
Possibly.
But penny human.
Never
I
mind.
have no idea.
We'll leave that
No idea.
before we get into the debate if it's in the dictionary or anything.
Yeah.
Puny humans.
Fuck was that?
Right, so let's do a recap of everything we've gone over. We started off the location, and we probably spoke about it way too many times tonight already. So, looking at the logo, we have noticed what looks like an Indian at the top. Now, I will look first thing tomorrow morning to see if anyone else has noticed that. Because that, to me, is kind of on the nose, giving us a little
There's
bit
only
of a
1 minute.
taste.
There's only 1 minute after they sent that high and then punny human, whatever it means.
Yeah,
I think it's punny, isn't it? Punny,
puny.
With all the grenades?
puny. Okay, no idea.
No, I don't know.
No.
So,
Leave it to it.
location, we're looking at
Who's there?
California,
Mhm.
Florida.
Nothing there now.
What the?
Yeah, I reckon it's going to be Cali.
Wrong.
Going to be California. Look.
I don't want to say
What? Go on.
no, just where I think it's going to be going. And what?
Go on.
Well,
Go
we
on.
reckon Miami and whatnot.
Mm.
I think it'd be good if they'd done something in the snow, but I also think it would be good if they'd done something in nuclear winter.
It is nuclear winter. I don't know if you've been playing the game, but you get nuclear winters in here.
No, I mean proper full-blown snow, 5 foot deep. You got to dig yourself out.
That's not a nuclear winter. You seem to have mistaken the word for nuclear winter.
I just found the
different thing
hanging man.
altogether.
Okay,
Everything all together.
my head's going. I'm just tired. Do you think they bring some kind of more mech kind of stuff?
Oh, it'd be like Robotron. Robotron? Yeah, the robots thing in this one. Yeah, probably, because it did work well in this. Did work well.
How about, what do you feel about destruction?
Oh, you mean like being able to take the buildings out a bit more? A bit like
Yeah.
that.
I don't mean flatten them, but like send a
Why not?
rocket into a building and blow it clean out, blowing a hole inside of the building.
Yeah, because then it's the case of you either blow it up because you can, or you look round it and find everything that's in there without destroying it. That would work.
Yeah, that would work very well, and I love destruction. Destruction in games is one of the things I'm really looking forward to in future games I've heard about. Destruction works in two ways, like you said. Do I go in that building? It could be full of everything I need to survive the next couple of days on this game.
Yeah.
Or do I just blow it up because I'm under threat and I could be killed and lose some of my goods?
This is true. This is true.
And should they have that in the game? Should they have, if you do get killed, you lose some of your stuff?
Yeah, that would work. So every time you died, you would either dump your stuff there, or yeah, actually, that's one way they could do it. If you died and sort of like, you could sort of then wake up from like being knocked out or something in one of the medical centres or hospitals, or something. But like half your stuff's gone, left it where you've been taken from you, and maybe you sort of got to go, oof, yeah, got to wake up and go again,
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Yeah, that could
Although I
be a
could
good idea.
potentially see that getting a bit long.
I mean, they could really do something with that kind of put in the game, but if they wanted to do destructible environments, that does mean they'd have to have a new engine. You can't just put that in the engine they're using,
Yeah, true.
because that just changes absolutely everything they've worked on. But I'm not saying they wouldn't do it, because they got the money to, they got the people. But I think they would have to have a longer period between games to do something like that. But it's out there. You don't know. People can do amazing things with games these days.
Yeah, I mean, if they've got a basis to work from.
I mean, well, it could be done, but they can't do it with what they got at the moment. With this game, they couldn't. I mean, a lot of games, look at Grand Theft Auto 3, they used that engine to make 2 other games, Vice City and San Andreas.
Mm.
Even though all three games were completely different to each other, it was using the same engine and the same basic stuff. I think the biggest thing they put in the next one was the flying ability, which was in the third game. It just means the plane didn't have wings and it was quite hard to fly. The wings weren't folded out. But it was in that. It was in the game all along.
No.
It was physics. I think the hardest mechanic they put in was the bike riding stuff.
Yeah, I've seen some of the vehicles that people have done as mods for it in Fallout, and it doesn't seem to work. The mechanics of it doesn't look right. In fact, the best one I've seen of it was the horse, the little pony thing that you could get. That worked brilliantly.
Yeah, why not have something like that to travel a bit faster across land? Obviously a mutated animal of some sort.
Well, this was the giddy up pony or giddy up horsey thing that you can get in the game. It was one of those basically that someone had modded, that you threw it as a grenade and it would blow up into a full-size looking horse, and you could ride that. And because it was already using the mechanics for one of the other characters, it worked across the land properly. You know, so it looked right. The cars and things that I've seen, they just sort of float above. Even the vertebrates I've seen, they don't seem to look correct.
Yeah.
So if they could make that work better, that would be good.
Yeah, I think they could put the cars in game. They wouldn't have to create a new engine for that. But the problem is that they haven't got the physics in the game anything near a vehicle moving.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like the planes and that are got to be completely different physics anyway.
To be honest, I think they should just keep it original.
Yeah.
Keep it original. I'm trying to find your thing on here actually.
What?
On YouTube. I'll try to put it on the computer at the moment. Can you find it? Your one at the moment. Jake True World Gamerz, isn't it?
Mhm. Probably stay away from that.
What's that?
We're just going to a zone that's highly radiated.
Oh, that'll do it.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
Oh, definitely do it. T.W.Gz.
The reason I said destruction earlier, because I was thinking of giant mechs.
Oh, that's one thing we haven't even hinted on. The big robot.
Yeah.
The big robot. Yeah.
Like a giant Metal Gear.
You haven't done Prime yet, have you? The Prime
No.
robot in this.
Nope.
Ah, yeah, there is a massive robot in here.
Okay. Is he dangerous?
He helps out the Brotherhood, so if you haven't done the Brotherhood, then you won't have seen him.
I've done some Brotherhood stuff, I haven't done all of that.
Yeah, do it till you get to the big robot. It's amazing. It's really worth doing. I just can't remember the name of the bloody robot now. It's terrible. Hopeless. Bloody hopeless.
Right. Right. What about the one thing we haven't talked about is leveling up?
Oh, the system that they've got on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's long.
I
It is long.
got something important to say.
I mean,
I
that
really
all fits
appreciate you putting up
into
with my bullshit. Truth
the
is,
gameplay,
it's been
I
a long
suppose.
time since I've had
Hmm. It
because
does mean that you can have a game that's going to last a while.
yeah.
Yeah, nice places down here.
Thank you.
You got a Christmas tree there. How quaint. You got a vertebrate coming in. Behind you. Look up. Left. There it is. Yeah. Big vertebrate. He's probably shooting at death pool, which usually appears down there. You're not on the Brotherhood side, are you, at the moment?
Yeah, I'm a part of the Brotherhood.
Alright.
Right, I think we're gonna call it a night. I mean, we've discussed everything I could think of.
Yeah, I've pretty much gone over our ground otherwise, isn't it, really?
Ooh, what about character creation?
What about it?
Wow, are they gonna keep it like they did in this one, where you look in the mirror?
Yeah, that was quite good. But I mean, to be honest with you, that's like most games are doing that now, and it's at the beginning. So once you've done it, that's pretty much it. To be fair, isn't it?
Yeah, apart from stuff, I would like. I mean, I like my character. I think she's pretty cute.
Wow. Do realise you're talking about? It's fine. It's fine. Doesn't matter.
Been a long month.
Yeah.
There goes my dignity.
Mm.
Over there. What's in here? She can be very stupid at times.
That's the point. If the person who is watching has obviously played Fallout or is playing Fallout, it'd be interesting to know what their thoughts on it is and how far they've been playing the game, if they've played the others and anything like that. That'll be quite interesting to hear.
Right, let's do this right on the spot. Ready? I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Ah, radiation.
Okay.
You unbelievable
Will
bastard.
it be DLC or full game?
No, DLC. It's the way all games are going now.
No DLC. It's gonna be a full game. And my reason to support that is they've
You've been told.
no, I haven't been told. Basically, they released the Game of the Year on disc. Now, when they release Game of the Year on disc, that usually
Yeah.
comes with all the DLC.
Yeah, but this one doesn't. Fallout 4 doesn't.
The Game of the Year one does.
No, it doesn't.
Doesn't it?
Nope.
Oh, there goes my
Looked
theory.
into it because I wanted a hard copy.
Yeah.
That's one thing I'm disappointed about this. You cannot get a hard copy of the DLC,
Okay.
which is really frustrating because
Yeah.
it means that if you lose internet connection or anything like that, or you wanted to download it, you couldn't.
No.
You couldn't. You couldn't have the DLC if you didn't have internet connection,
Okay.
which I think is a little off. A
Right.
little off, actually.
Another on the spot question.
Yep.
Will they go with a completely different theme and have a completely fixed character?
Ooh.
Like create their own character, protagonist, and you play as him or her.
Okay. What you mean? So nothing to do with Vault Tech and nothing to do with.
Completely. It's still in the game, but you're not gonna be nothing to do with it.
A bit like the Wanderer.
Yeah.
In New Vegas.
Yeah.
I'd like to see maybe, but I don't think so. I reckon it could be another Vault Dweller.
Okay.
I reckon if they go to a completely different area, I reckon it'll start off in the Vault again. Don't know why, I just think it will. It's like they did with this one.
If they did start off in a Vault again, how would it start off? Will they?
Yeah, because I did like the one where you grew up as a kid. That was an interesting concept.
Yeah, and that
did,
made it for me. I like that. That kind of made me play the game a little bit longer than I usually would have, just to see what was going on. Because I when I first played it, I had no knowledge of Fallout whatsoever, so I didn't really know what everything was about and that. Another on the spot question: will it be?
Still got one watcher.
Hey,
Still got one watcher.
it's you in it.
Highly probably.
Will they do just a recreated map? Will they just remaster New Vegas?
True. Or is it going to be a brand new map?
I gotta go
These
brand new.
questions that need answers.
I
You reckon they're just going to rehash the whole thing? I don't reckon they will in the time given, to be fair. I reckon
no.
we'll see probably a lot of original content.
They could do a pretty good job of a new map in the time they've had.
What do you reckon?
I reckon they gotta go a new map. I can't see them
Considering
recreating.
how long it took to bring each one out,
Yeah.
and they were very different. I mean, New Vegas was very different to Fallout 3. Some preferred it, some didn't.
Right. Are they gonna keep the typical Fallout comedy theme?
What comedy thing?
Well, you know, like the way the some of the comedy comes out between the characters when you're talking and that. Like your silly.
Oh, sarcasm, you mean?
Yeah, yeah, basically. Like when you're chatting to someone, you can pick how you want to speak to them and that.
Oh yeah, without a shadow, they're still going to keep that, I think, because that's part of the game.
Yeah.
And that is part of the game, I must admit.
What about?
I do like the change in the dialogue thing. That's
Yeah.
does
I
make
like
it
that.
quite interesting.
What about the difficulty? I mean, would you
I
say it's
think
an easy
it's-
game?
It's a fun game. It's not the easiest game. It's not the hardest game. It has
Is
its own.
Is it a frustrating game?
No, definitely not.
No.
Because the fact is, you can do as and what you please.
Yeah, and if you don't get along with something, go and do something else.
Yeah. In fact, if anything, they could do more of that.
Yeah.
So maybe more side quests or more things you could explore, like on the vehicles thing. So you can go and fix up a vehicle, or maybe go and I don't know, try and get a something crazy like a power station or something like that. You get one of them re-going again, or a food factory or something like that. But you should start rebuilding the land and the territory and all. Maybe that sort of thing.
So with the DLC that we've talked about, what we got, like not the map expansions, but the contraptions and everything.
One thing I will say, I would like to see a lot more of. More players to get on with. more people to interact with, like
Okay.
that are because at the moment what you're limited to maximum of about 19 characters,
Yeah.
and they don't do a lot but say hi. And there's massive areas of the map where you're walking along, and you generally won't find someone who's normal or decent and ain't going to shoot at you, that you
Yeah.
can talk to, or you could see what they've set up and things like that. I'd like to see a bit more, because like where you're at the moment, how much of that map is there where there's absolutely nothing? And
Yeah.
yet you've got things like that little hut, which have obviously had things in it. So it'd be nice to see a few more scattered random people that you could sort of interact with. That would be quite cool.
I mean, one thing I did not like about this game is Fallout 4. I didn't like how it seemed more populated, like more structured. I mean,
Pretty much a contradiction of what I was saying, but you mean building-wise?
yeah. I mean, with Fallout 3, when I first played it, I was walking through the land for about 10 minutes before I come across something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a bit, it's sparse on people and
There's a
things like that.
there's a bit too much going on structure-wise. Like if I'm looking out here now, there's no wasteland.
Yeah, but in saying that, realistically, you could have miles and miles of nothing. And what would you do? You'd just be walking around for ages. So you've got to kind of put it in that you've only got a certain amount of space that the computer can render. So it's got to look pretty wastelandy, but there's got to be
Something to
stuff to do in it. Yeah,
do. Yeah.
in the space given.
I've just always been a fan of stuff like wasteland. I don't know why. It's always been one of my favourite things.
Yeah, what Mad Max sort of thing? That would be perfect, really.
Yeah.
I haven't played the new Mad Max game, but have you seen or heard of it or anything?
It was free not that long ago on PSN.
Yeah.
But,
Any good?
It's meant to be alright. I mean, it done okay. It didn't do bad, so. I tell you what I would like to see that doesn't happen in Fallout games: random events.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. It's similar to what the people thing is, like coming up across a group of people and they need helping out, or you can join them to do stuff with, or something like that. But smaller groups of. I mean, yeah, you've got your factions and things, which that does happen. But it would be nice if they'd like smaller groups and things. And they did it in was it New Vegas or 3, where you got that very small community that was built up on the bridge. That was kind of going in the right direction. That was quite cool.
Yeah.
It's because I mean, what I'm trying to say is on that point is once you have got your colonies where you go around and say you got a maximum of like 19, 20 people that sort of turn up, but then they kind of don't do a lot. You've got to set them tasks straight away.
Yeah.
Which I can see, but that's pretty much it. I mean, you can't say to any of them like, right, load up, you're coming with me, or that needs moving over to there, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It'd
Yeah.
be nice if they could sort of, the AI was set so they could more think for themselves a bit more, or they could do more things with you as a character. That would be quite interesting. Or the way you treated them change their perspective. So
Yeah,
next
maybe
thing
if you ain't getting
do
them the
something.
water and food, they
Yeah,
start thinking, well, what we doing here?
Yeah, or if you side with someone that they're not happy with or whatever, and but in smaller groups, it's kind of what they've got at the moment, but it's very sparse.
Hmm.
You know, I mean, you got your factions and stuff, but it'd be nice if you could have smaller groups to interact more with. Because at the moment, you just talk to them and they go hi, and they walk off, and that's it. I suppose I could see it's the same programming issue. You've only got a set amount of memory, and a lot of these things would be nice to have, but they're probably not practical.
Yeah. I mean, oh,
Talking of practical, have you finished that other video yet?
oh, what, the car?
Yeah, yeah.
I was on that today.
Oh, cool.
It's ready, to be honest. It's ready to upload. It's in a line of videos.
Bang it on after this. Be interesting to see it.
Oh, I can't do it tonight. I'll be going to bed in a minute.
Yeah.
I'll get it on that for tomorrow. Because,
Hey,
that's what we got to do.
I
that,
got
you know, the
something
picture
important
what
to
we've
say.
been waiting
I
for
really
to put on
appreciate
that.
you putting up with my bullshit.
Mm.
I just
Truth is, it's been a long time since
editing it slightly.
friend. I'm a liar. Everyone.
Oh, right. Go on.
I know, you better off.
Okay. It's not going to take that long to download, is it?
No, it's not. It's actually probably the shortest one we've done. It's probably about 20, just under 20 minutes, I think, altogether.
Oh,
There's-
bang on. I want to see it now. I really, really want to see it. I've been waiting
I
for
can't,
years.
I haven't finished editing the picture yet. It just needs to be
You what?
put in.
Oh,
Patience.
finish it and edit, put it in, because I want to see this.
Yeah, I'll show you tomorrow.
Hey, talking of that as well, I've rebuilt the rotor head for the Gazelle
Alright,
yesterday.
good.
The helicopter.
Yeah.
We'll be able to put that in the video. I spent literally all night. I was about 6 o'clock and I finished at about 10 o'clock in the morning, following morning.
Here's a crazy thought.
Yes.
Let's go right out of the way here and say they did do something with multiplayer.
Okay.
Now, this is something that really pulled me into DayZ. The fact that you could, you start with nothing, you got a big open map, you gotta go and find loot.
Mhm.
Now, what if they done that with Fallout? What if they put 50 players into a map, or 42 I think is the maximum you can have on PlayStation. 42 players into a map, you start off with nothing, you're given, let's say for instance, the map, what we got here now, you're given that, and last man dead.
Or, not
Well,
even last man dead. You just do your own thing.
Well, yeah,
Now, if you
could
want
do
to
that.
go, if you want to go and take over someone else's gaff and rob all the stuff on them, you could.
Yeah,
But you could also make up your base defensive-wise, like it is on here,
yeah,
and then you're just dotted at completely different places all over the map, and you're not told who is the other player or players.
this,
And each one has to start off from nothing and do what you're doing on here.
yeah,
But you could be, and because obviously each people are going to join different factions, so you could end up being on the same faction as someone else and fighting together.
this
Or
is,
you could,
yeah. That's exactly what DayZ is.
Okay.
It works really well because what do you call them? It's like friend or foe, basically. The amount of
Yeah,
times I ran into a player on a ship ages ago, and he didn't have a gun, and I did, and I pointed the gun at him, getting ready for him maybe to pour some out on me, and he literally put his hands up, walked out the room slowly, and legged it.
No way.
And
Mint.
and that's what's great about DayZ. You can communicate to people who's within, you know, around you, but as soon as they're out that circle, if they ain't in your group, you can't talk to them. So you don't know if that sniper on the hill is friendly, if you know what I mean.
Right.
So are
Got ya.
you going to take the risk to go into that building knowing there could be a sniper on that hill? And on DayZ there's an airport, an old military base that has loads of good weapons in. But
Okay.
it's also well known for Sniper Hill. Because random people just go up there with a sniper rifle knowing it's an easy kill.
Hmm.
They can pick people off going there. That's what made DayZ so good. That would work really well in a Fallout game.
No, I could. But I think they should do their own thing.
Yeah,
You know,
put their own
it's
twist
great
on it.
doing- Well, not even their own twist. Just do something completely different. I don't know what, but something just no other game's doing it at the moment.
Yeah, no, they could do that easy. I mean,
That's a good point, actually. What aren't people doing at the moment in games?
well, everyone's doing this battle royale. That's what everyone's
Yeah.
doing. That's number
So
one.
what is everyone not doing that could work, or people are missing up on?
I think there's a massive market for destruction. I reckon that's one of the technologies there. Technology's been there for at least 5 years and no one's using it.
Hmm.
Because look, Red Faction had it. They were the first game to have destruction on a scale like their games. Red Faction Guerrilla's coming out soon, which is basically bringing that destruction back. Now, games like Fallout would be ideal for it. I'm not talking destruction like digging holes in the ground and that, but building wise.
Here you go then. Building your own weapons from scratch.
Yeah, it can work.
Like you have to, I don't know, find a barrel, piece of tube, like the pipe pistol in here.
Yeah.
It's obviously a homemade weapon. What about the fact if you have to find the wood, you have to find the steel for the barrel, you have to find some sort of machine shop or hand tools or something like that.
It could work.
Maybe not as far as that. Maybe just sort of like the barrel or the stock or things like that. But it'd be like the other Fallout did, where you had to look after your weapon. You have to build it, or you could random chance come across one that's already made.
Yeah, I think that's too easy on here. I mean, the amount of times I've come across a powerful sniper rifle.
Yeah, alright then. So building your own weapons then, maybe.
Yeah. Also, what's interesting,
Or there aren't any weapons, or there's a couple of weapons, like a couple of police pistols and things like that, still lying around with whatever ammunition's left, and nothing else, because no one can get into the big vaults with the ammunition stored. There aren't any rounds left because no one's making them, because they wouldn't be able to. And you've got to fight with sticks and stones and maybe the odd pistol and maybe the odd shotgun that you find.
well, that's what I was just gonna say. What if they done? Oh. What if they done? Oh. Say you had the map and you split it in half.
Mhm.
Now, I don't know, what place could you take, for instance?
Hey,
Like
I got
locations
something
where you
important
got
to
more
say.
fortunate
I really
on one
appreciate you
side,
putting up with my bullshit.
like Brazil, where you got the favela,
Truth is, it's been
and
a
then
long
down the
time
bottom
since
you got the rich part.
Yeah. A bit like
I'm a liar.
In Time
Everyone
with Justin
knows
Trouser
it's
Snake.
happening.
We had the rich side that had all the time in the world, and you had the
So
yes,
what?
maybe,
So yeah. So what if the rich side is the ones who got all the good stuff, like the guns, the ammunition, and that, but you start on the poor side, and it's quite hard to get to that rich side to
Hey,
get the
I
weapons that you
think
need.
they
Something
hinted
important.
that in New Vegas with the strip.
Yeah, definitely.
That would be quite an interesting twist on things.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, what story are they going to put with this? Because so far we've had
Hey,
finding a chip for the vault. We've had getting out of the vault because you suddenly find there's a world out there, and you got to find your old man. and then they've had finding a
Hey,
ship to sort of
I got something important to
pretty
say.
much rule the
I
world.
really
let's say,
appreciate you
rule
putting
the
up with my bullshit.
robots and stuff for house. And then you've got this one where you're trying to find your son.
Mm.
What are they going to do for the next one?
Go and find your daughter.
Could be.
A little bit on the nose.
Could be.
A little bit on
But
the
they've-
nose.
Yeah, that would be too obvious, wouldn't it? And also, it's been done. Doesn't matter if it was male or female. It's already been done.
Yeah. They want to keep fans interacted with story. So what would be the best story for them to be looking at the moment?
Ah, what about the headquarters of Vault-Tec? What
Yeah.
about if the next one was literally about Vault-Tec?
Yeah, like they were the ones who dropped the bombs just so they could get people in their vault.
Love it.
Yeah,
Love
could
it.
work. That could work.
They did the same with China. They built them for them as well.
Yeah.
A bit like Star Wars, the Star Wars thing, where the TIE fighters and the X-wings were all made by companies that are owned by the same people.
Yep. Definitely. That could work. That could work really well.
But how would that come into the game now? Are you a Vault Dweller or are you an employee of Vault-Tec?
Or are you
There's
someone
more.
who is just a nobody, but you don't realise it yet?
That's New Vegas.
Okay. What if you're somebody, but you don't know it yet?
That's New Vegas.
I don't like New Vegas.
Really? I like New Vegas.
I find it too hard.
Really? You're meant to be true. Let me hint. Let's read this. True World Gamers.
You're ruining it. I tell you what would be good. You know nothing about what's happening, like you would as a child in the third game. You know nothing what's going on, but you don't grow up in the vault. You're on an island that wasn't it with the bombings.
Yes, or you grew up as one of the raiders. You grew up in the raider party.
Yeah, that could work. And you went rogue. You basically done what Finn done in Star Wars Force Awakens.
Yeah.
You out. Someone get out and you
Because I know a few people said that they want to be the raiders and stuff, which they have pretty much done in.
oh crap.
Nuclear World.
That's a death claw.
Yep, it is. Run.
I'm running, don't worry.
There's another one behind you.
He's still coming too.
Yep,
Took off.
keep running.
I can't. He won't run.
Right, run again. Just keep on moving. Nope, don't go down there. Okay, run down there. Run away, run away.
I've never
Classic
run so
monster.
fast on the game. I can't see
Yeah,
him. So
he's gone. He's gone. They'll only chase you for so long and then they stop because obviously they're limited to their borders. That would be a good one actually. You've just brought up a good point there.
I'll play as a death claw.
Oh no. To your right, I saw him.
Where?
That would be a good point if they actually carried on chasing you rather than set to their boundaries.
Yeah, a lot of people would die. No, I like
You
the
check a
idea.
box behind you. A box on the table behind you.
Is that? No, what I like is a good idea for a game. Why not be able to build your base wherever you are? So like, there's trees all over the place, right? With that new game Forest, you can build tree houses wherever you want. Well, why not build a giant tree house?
Yeah, that would be cool.
And why does
Yeah,
it?
because you could use the building side of this to do that.
Yeah, they got the building side in the game anyway, so they don't have to remodify anything of that, apart from building tree houses. I don't know, could they play you? I don't think they're gonna do it as you play a new character then. Like
There's
a
something
preview.
about this place.
What?
This place you're at the moment, there's something about this. I think a deathclaw pops out or something pops out. It might be
Oh, I'm going there.
might be ride roaches or something. Something comes out there.
I went through
Hang
that
on, there it
earlier
is.
actually.
Hmm.
Wow. Why would there be a deathclaw and in a suitcase?
Hmm.
No, it would be good.
Souvenir. Hey?
No, it would be good and very different, and it's very hard for them to do it, but they could put it away with modern technology.
Go on.
Play as a child.
You kind of do in the first one.
No, but I mean, play as a complete child throughout the whole game.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's
I wouldn't
pretty
give a
much
child. I wouldn't give a child a desert eagle or anything. That's wrong.
No, obviously not. Yeah. It could work. Maybe. I think it would
Yeah,
pretty much be the
running
same,
now.
just on a slightly lower altitude, vision-wise. Be as though you crouch down all the time.
Why not play as a? Right, I don't know if it would work, but play as a mutated human that has superhuman strength.
Ah, to your right, that building. That's one of your places that you can
Yeah, I got that.
make it. There's a bug down here or something. I remember that. Oh yeah.
Yeah, why not play as a super mutant human who's, you know, got a bit more strength than everyone else? Bit of a badass.
Yeah, you can. You can. It's called power armor.
I don't like
Where have you
that
been?
armor. I can't.
What's
Power
that big
armor's
ass
for the
one do?
weak. I'm a real man. I take it on like this every day.
And yet you bitch about how difficult New Vegas was. I'm just saying.
It was hard. I was only 15. I don't know how old I was when New Vegas came out.
Yeah, mid 2000s, wasn't it?
No, Fallout 3 was 2006 or 7. No, Fallout 3 would have been later than that because PlayStation 3.
It's on the PS3.
Yeah. Oh, this house looks a mess. Someone will get a clean their garden or else they'll have the houses. I have a bad feeling about this place. Right, I'm gonna get going, I think.
Ooh, I saw the shoot sting first.
Right, any more Fallout before we leave?
There's a gun behind you, there's a sentry gun.
Yeah, I know. I've seen it. I've seen it all before.
Bring the map up. Oh, it's there.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
right.
remember what's there.
Is that a suitcase? You gotta watch out for suitcases underwater, though.
Yeah, there's all sorts of them.
Right, any last things we want to see in the new Fallout game? I'd like to see crops.
A bit more greenery. Yeah, I think if you maybe doing some of the scenery is sort of on
Matt,
the
look at that.
outskirts, maybe as a fallout. A bit like
Oh.
Chernobyl.
How about? No, we said earlier about maybe being a bit further in the future. Things might be like going to the moon or something to recolonize.
Yeah.
Why not do something like that, but in a dome?
Mm.
Have I grabbed your attention?
Mm.
Like, they could have an
Someone's
area.
basic. Yeah, a bit like the synths. They've made the rod underground, haven't they?
Yeah, so why not do something like that?
bit like
for you?
Eden. Yeah, a bit like Eden sort of thing, but on
Yeah.
on the surface. There's sort of colonies of domed, clean places.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think they could do something different in a bit farther on where people's kind of got over the fact that everything's blown up and that.
Yeah, that's
They
the
could-
point. When are they going to set it?
Well,
I
this
would
one's
like
set,
to
what,
set it.
200 years after the explosions?
Yeah, I think so. It's about between 2 and 4.
It's 200 or 3. Yeah, 1
Prior
year
to
after the bombs.
1. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, when stuff was still a little bit normal.
Or will they just go, let's say, we're going to have the first half of the game normal life, and then the explosions go off for the second half?
Yeah, that could also be a possibility.
That could work. That could be different. The only thing is, you can't go around killing people back in that time.
What else have you heard? Anything? What are people saying on the rumours?
Wow. They're very quiet. I mean, this today has opened up a massive bottle of worms. This is now where everything's going to come out, all the speculation and rumours. In the next couple of days, there's going to be a lot of stuff out there.
You know,
Do you reckon they're going to bring it sooner rather than later, before the hype disappears? Because I think they could potentially leave it too long. People are going to get all excited now, so it's going to be like, wait for it to turn up. And it's either going to be extremely good for people to go, get on the bandwagon, or if it's mediocre, could it be the nail in the coffin? You never know.
I'm still sticking to my March prediction.
You reckon March? What? When it's out or when it's?
That will be released
It's
on March
tested.
next year.
Yeah.
It will be released March next year. That's what I reckon. Any sooner?
Is what you reckon or what you've heard?
No, that's what. From going from knowledge, what happens when games come out, I say March, because they've only just done that fake teaser today. E3, we're gonna have the announcement. They might give us a date then. Chances are it'd be pushed back. If they did give us a date, then it'd be pushed back later on. Oh, he's had a rough day, hasn't he? Mate?
Building's that again? Oh, I know. It's really,
Protect and serve.
That's another one. Those tanks. What happens if you could get these vehicles to work? These vehicles, the tanks and stuff, the military stuff.
Yeah, see, it all
That's
goes
the
along with
point.
vehicle stuff.
Military side. They
Yeah.
could potentially. You could be part of the military. Because yes, I know in this you're a retired soldier, but what happens if there's like small cells of the military still left? Because at the moment you've got like the synths, you've got the Brotherhoods of Steel. I mean, you could almost say the Minutemen were what's left of the original military, but the actual military itself, with their vehicles and stuff like that, what happens to them? You know, you could have a story on them. It could be them. So you start off as a soldier, and you either stick with what's say left of the military, or you go on your own and do sort of this sort of thing. That could be a potential.
But the vehicle side of things, they could come into the actual helping your bases. Because you can have the vehicles driving their own, protecting and that.
That's
Maybe-
a possibility. But still, that's down to great game dynamics and what, you know,
Well,
the
with
processing power you've got on the computer to do that sort of thing. Because don't forget, a lot of the AI and things like that takes up, you know, not a considerable amount of processing power to do these things.
I do
You've got
reckon.
to kind of think a little bit realistically.
Well, you like the bases now. You got a back working, haven't you? I think that'd be what.
Or make fewer of them.
Yeah. I would like to see more waste. I know there's not going to be
More
much
waste
to
on.
do, but for decorative,
Yeah, to give you sort of the feeling of it being used wasteland. But you could do that with Nevada Desert or something like that.
yeah.
Maybe they could go for Nevada. There's a bug from shooting. Eat you, I mean. Got him. What mission are you on at the moment, or are you just milling? Ah, shit, I think there's other than bug things around here.
Hey,
Jump.
So, do you reckon they should have power armor in the next one? Or
Yeah, they should have it in there because it's not really telling you you've got to use it. You can do what you want with it. I mean, I'll just find them all and chuck them in the ocean.
yeah, for me, I wouldn't play it. For me, it is things like the power armor that make the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to go the way you're doing it. You know, fair dues, but yeah, finding the first set of power armor is nothing quite like it.
I tell you what, for
That's the
200
point.
years.
New styles of power armor too.
Yeah.
You've got your T50, T60, and everything like that.
Or
Are
what
they
about?
going to have a completely new style? Are they? Ooh, what could they do? I'm trying to think what they're called. A
Hey,
bit like robots, like in
got
Aliens and
something
things like that. The
important to
power
say.
loader,
I really
or
appreciate you putting up with my
the
bullshit.
dreadnoughts in
Truth is, it's
Warhammer
been a long
and things
time
like
since
that, where
Yeah.
you get into like a really
Frank,
big
I'm
power
a liar.
suit.
Everyone
You know,
knows it.
it
I make no
May
secret
not
of it.
trundle along
Because the
very
truth
fast.
is,
You can probably use it
I'm a
short
fraud
periods, but
to my core.
you could take
When I
on
was
some
young,
like
a hell
major
of a long
monsters,
time
say
ago,
bigger than Death Claws
was,
or nasty
well,
Death Claw sort of jazz. That would be
scum.
quite interesting.
Well, I was
I
just
was big.
thinking, what about if you had something like
Very violent.
a cat or a dog? Like you get in it and you can run like a cat or dog, so you can go faster across the land.
That sort of dreadnought sort of thing.
Yeah.
I ran with
One's
a
for
gang
speed and one's
University
for
Point. We
heavy.
called
Yeah,
ourselves
yeah,
the UP
potentially.
Devil
Jetpacks?
Dogs. For kicks, we terrorized
Yes.
anyone we thought was a cynic.
Jetpacks, maybe
We kept egging
jetpacks
each
instead of
other on.
aircraft. Then,
Started with some property damage, graduated
because
to some
let's face it,
beatdowns,
if you've got a
then
jetpack,
inevitably
any game that's had a jetpack has been
a lynching.
amazing.
The Claw's leader was
Like
convinced
in
that he
GTA, we
finally
got a
found and
jetpack.
killed the synth.
Yes.
Looking back,
What about movement?
I'm not
Like
so sure.
what I found with Fallout is the characters can be quite sluggish at times.
I had no
And what
idea.
about if you could
No
do a
one
bit
does.
of like
So I
free
turned my
running
back
kind
on
of
my
stuff?
brothers. Broke all contact.
Free running would be interesting.
Time passed, I became a farmer.
Well, I
mean,
just don't like.
You can kind of do it
Then,
to a certain
one
extent
day
in
I
this one,
found
to be fair.
someone.
Oh yeah.
She saw something
I
in
just
me
don't like
didn't
the
know was
fact
there.
that sometimes there's
Barbara?
buildings you
Well,
see them, you
she
think,
was-
what's on the top
she
of that? And
just
there's just
was.
no way you can get up to them.
Yeah, but
She
that would
sounds
probably
special.
be the same
Being
in
with her
real
made me
life.
feel
to be
like the
fair.
whole
It's-
world had a chance.
It's all ruined
That
like
one
that.
day we could climb
Probably
out of
potential
this
of not
wreckage.
actually getting up.
She could do
I
that
would
to
like to
people.
see more stealth.
We were trying for kids,
Ropes
eking
and
out a
things.
living.
Yeah,
Ropes
Then
and
one
hooks.
day,
You could throw a rope and hook
turns
up
out my
and pull
Barbara,
yourself up.
yeah, grappling hook. That's
She
what I was
was a
thinking of
simp.
earlier when we was done
she
by
didn't
the
know
buildings
that. I
then.
certainly didn't. I don't know
Like,
how
so
the
you
death
could
claws
get up
Well-
on a
went out,
building and
One thing I have noticed in this game is things like
That must have been terrible.
I don't
I
remember
know on your
much clearly
settlements
after
you
that.
could sort of
I know I
trash all
killed most
the
of the claws.
vehicles and
I must
Yeah.
have made a
parts of
big
the buildings
impression.
and things.
The railroad
It'd be good if you
contacted
could
me,
do
figuring
that
I'd
in
be
the open
sympathetic,
part as well,
seeing that I lost my wife.
Hmm.
And
because you've got
well,
all that
what I did
stuff out there
afterwards.
which you cannot do anything with.
That's a hell of a story.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
why
But
not
cars-
give
There's
you
no picnic to
give you a
live through either.
scavenged
I don't even know
vehicle?
why
You
I
go
lie
down,
anymore.
you get stuff, you take
But
it
I can't
back
tell the
to
truth.
outbuild your base.
Everyone, Tom, Des,
Look, that's what I'm
you,
saying,
even that
yeah.
asshole
Yeah.
Carrington,
That would
they
be,
deserve to be on the railroad. I don't. I'm everything wrong with this whole
you got
fucking
to try and think
Commonwealth.
about
Hell,
what they've
I'm not
done
even
for each
asking.
of the games so far and what they've
That's
added and
A
taken
lot
away
to
from.
process.
I can
That
imagine.
might give you a sort of
Listen,
an idea of what
you
they're
must
gonna
be wondering.
They
potentially
might-
do.
Hey, is
They
Deacon
might
messing
even
with
do
my
the
head?
safe option
Again.
and not put nothing too
But
big
even if
in
you
it
don't
as
believe
new.
anything else, know that you're my
Like, just
friend.
put
Yeah,
a
or
few
you keep
small
on the safe
things.
side.
You're my only one.
Yeah,
Keep on the safe side. Keep
just
it the
give
same
someone,
engine.
Good
yeah,
talk.
just give something new to play with if people's got a bit bored with the current map.
Mm. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier about, you know, even if they just put it as just a new area, new places to you know, search, but kept the similar engine. Maybe change some of the characters, maybe some different animals and things like that. New things to pick up. That would be fine, to be honest with
Yeah.
you. They could either go keep it safe, go with what they've got, know what they work with what works, or they are literally just gonna throw everything off the table and just do a complete new fresh idea. So new characters, new weapons, new game dynamics, everything. I mean,
Yeah.
hopefully they'll keep things like the famous stuff like the Pit Boy and the bolts and all that sort of jazz. Because bear with.
I think they will.
They made that mistake with Snake. Was it Snake in the game with the eye patcher was
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear. Yeah, they were hyping that game up, weren't they, for the new game, and it turns out you played the original character for about 3 minutes, and then you were a completely different character, which apparently ruined it for the rest of the game.
Oh yeah. I remember that day.
Yeah. I mean, that's where they could make or break it, doing something stupid like that. I mean, the advantage of this game is it doesn't matter on the character, because each character has been different,
Yeah.
and they have had different starts, different outcomes, and so for that side of things, it wouldn't matter too much. But other stuff, like, you know, say if they did something like lose the Pit Boy completely, or lose the Volts completely, I think that would kind of
I
detract
never really much cared.
majorly from the game if they
Yeah,
did
they-
that.
They won't do that. That's a big no-no.
Sometimes you
That's like iconic things you just can't get rid of.
Okay, new Pit Boy. Is it going to be new? Is it going to be the same? Are they going to go back to the old one, or are they going to have something completely different, like maybe a pit pad? Which I have seen on modders, where they pull out a pad rather than
They might do something a
Or-
bit more sophisticated.
Or could it be
modern.
could it be in a helmet? A bit
Yeah.
like the power armor.
Well, that
power
kind
armor
of goes.
system.
That kind of goes against the character customization, then, though, doesn't it, with the axe?
Ah, no, because you could have it just as the helmet.
Yeah.
Because you could wear the power armor helmet on its own, and it'll have all the features built in.
Yeah.
That's a possibility. Or do you reckon I'll just stick with the original Pit Boy?
I'm not too sure. They're gonna play it safe, I reckon. There's gotta be stuff in it, but are they gonna play it safe now, knowing 3 years down the line there's gonna be Fallout 5, and that will be all the new stuff ready for the new consoles and everything?
So what you're saying then, this could potentially be a DLC, or do you reckon it's going to be a standalone game?
No, it's definitely gotta be a standalone game. Just because they're gonna make more money over it.
because they say they did that with.
Right, think of it this way. If they do DLC, they got to be charging at least a maximum of £25 for it. If they make it as a new standalone game, they got to be charging £50 a game. They're making double the money.
Yeah. That's true. When's the PS5 meant to be coming out? Because that would be a good sign.
PS5 is, as far as I'm aware, from what I'm told, is next year. Next E3 we'll hear about it. And I mean...
And you reckon it's going to be June, May, July time, we said, for this come out? March, sorry?
Fallout would be March.
Right. So, do you reckon they could do what they did with this and wait for the 5 to come out? Because that was a pain in the ass. That was, you had to buy a PS4 just to play this game.
I don't think... If they show... They're going to show this game at E3 next... 2 weeks away, I think it is, or a week away, something like that. 2 weeks away. They'll show this game at E3. They would not show it at E3 this year if they're planning to release it on PlayStation 5 next year. So that kind
of... It's a bit close though.
Yeah, but that kind of tells us... Because look what they've done with Grand Theft Auto 5. That was announced and that was put on the PS3 whilst the PS4 was known to be coming out.
Yeah.
Everyone knew that.
For that as well.
Yeah, they knew. So there's nothing saying they wouldn't remaster it for PlayStation 5.
That was a pain. That was getting it for 3 and then getting it for the bloody 4.
Yeah, especially when you do all the choices and everything.
Long.
But it'll be announced at E3. They'll show a trailer. March.
Is there any rumours from like Todd Howard or anything like that, or Twitter or?
No, not as I haven't checked at the moment. We will just see. I mean, it'd be the next few days are gonna be very exciting because that's where everyone's gonna be all mad about it.
The one I want to hear from is apparently there is a secret on Fallout that no one's found yet, and apparently it's a terminal or in a terminal. It's Todd Howard's secret apparently, and I don't think anyone's actually found it yet.
One second, I'm just reading.
Hello to all that's listening. Apparently someone knows the secrets.
Who?
I don't know. They know the secrets apparently.
What secrets?
They know the secrets. If they know the secret, please tell us. It might be that thing I was saying about the Todd Howard secret. Apparently there's something on a terminal in this.
The one watcher, one viewer has asked what is happening. So let's just say, basically, the last 3 hours or 4 hours, how long we've been playing this game, I've been playing this game and Mike's been playing it on his end as well. We have been talking about all the possibilities about the new Bethesda announcement. Now, if you've missed this, they have released a clip. Please stand by with their, little disc and stuff like that. First thing to note on that picture is there's what looks like at the top middle of the picture an Indian chief. So we've been speculating. Don't even want to say that tonight, but we have.
I hate speculation videos. I actually hate them with a passion.
Yeah. But that's what we've been doing.
Damn.
But
I hate myself.
Yeah. How will we get through the night?
I have no idea.
But anyway, that's what we've done. That's what we can see. We're both fans of the franchise. More Mike than me, but I still love the games. I love the freedom and what you can do. And yeah, so locations.
Yeah, we're trying to work out locations. What do you reckon they'll change in the game? Are they going to modify anything or change certain things about it? Or
Are they
should
going
they
to
keep
use
it the
existing
same?
characters?
Yeah, is it going to be DLC or is it going to be an actual game in its own right?
So, yeah, we're looking at. I mean, it's got to be a game. It's not got to be DLC. I can't see them doing that. If they're
I
looking
think
at
we've just got
long
the
term,
answer to that. The Todd Howard secret. Go
What's-
to the ocean and drop your gear. Yeah, I probably won't do that.
yeah.
Yeah, you try getting power armor out of the ocean. It's not easy.
So location we've been talking about. We're looking at Florida, maybe.
Fast travel to Diamond Sea, delete all saves, then save and exit. Yeah, interesting. And
Interesting.
what actually happens then?
Not gonna do it.
No.
Not brave enough.
Not the hours I've put into it. The whole deleting all the saves thing is sounds a little no. Be interesting to know what it actually does though. Whether it's probably just like a well done for playing the game or something like that. It's probably nothing great.
No. Probably
But besides that, yeah. The new one, from what we've seen so far, the please stand by thing, it's just a little bit more colourful than the original ones. So
Yeah.
whether or not that's hinting towards
sunshine.
like we reckon it's sunshine area, maybe California, or it could potentially be, less apocalyptic than say, Fallout 3 New Vegas and this one. So probably a bit greener. We don't know. It'd be.
That's what it's all about.
You haven't actually achieved any missions tonight, have you?
I didn't plan to.
You should. Thought I was doing on mine. See, we should have broadcast using my one because it's got some interesting things to look at. Will be at the Empire Pippa's office. Oh, okay then.
That's interesting.
For a minute there, when he says fast travel time, so delete all saves and exit, and go to the bottom and drop your gear, that sounded a bit trolly.
Yeah,
Not being
it
funny,
does.
but it sounded a bit trolly.
Sounds
Yeah,
like something you tell
that's
a
like
kid.
back in the day when you said turn your Sega Mega Drive on to get into the special features. You just pulled the cartridge out whilst it's still on.
Yeah.
Kind of sounds a bit like that. So, no, it'd be interesting to know what's actually what this secret actually is. It'd be seeing how many hours have been on there. I say if anyone's got any comments on what they think the new one's going to be or what they'd like to see in it,
It means we should get
be nice to hear from. He has got me interested in now. I'm actually what's on that terminal. Damn the curveball.
Right, I think that's got to be it for the video.
Really? No, we've actually
Yeah.
got people on here talking and chatting now. I think.
I know,
Please
but
talk to these good people.
hey, there's nothing stopping you get a live stream up.
Well, I've no one to talk to but myself. I tried that once.
You're still
I had
arguing
my
with
own.
yourself.
Yes, I did. Fired myself twice. Had my own nice room though. Pretty padded.
No, I gotta go to bed first. I got a long day ahead of me tomorrow. A long
Right, you ain't
day.
doing anything.
Hey?
I'm not doing anything.
I am tomorrow.
Hmm.
I'm working all day.
Doing what?
Gaming, of course.
Alright, fair enough. It's right for some.
I got some lovely alphas coming along.
Nice.
Sometimes
And
it's hard to take death
I don't know if
seriously.
Martin's told you, but I do have 2 passes for the new Battlefield game.
Nice.
So, World War II, here we come. Martin's getting one, you're getting one, Stuart's getting one, I'm getting one. So you know what that means? We're all going on a rampage.
Yay!
Get ready for the
Right.
messages.
Back-
I want one.
back to Fallout, me old China, as in that is what it's meant to be about.
Shh, I don't know that. All along, this was me to get views because I wanted to get
Alright.
rid of some vodka.
Right. Final thoughts then, me old China.
Final thoughts, right.
Where do you reckon it's going to be in your heart of hearts, the new Fallout? Where do you reckon it's going to take place?
I love California, I really do, but everything's leading towards Miami right now. Or
Okay.
somewhere in Florida, I'm not saying Miami.
Oh, do you reckon it's going to be further in the future than Fallout 4? Do you reckon it's going to be more in the past?
I reckon it's going to be, not that long after when everything happened.
Right, so quite early on in the game then.
Yeah. I mean, not too early on because you got to remember the world would be quite a lot worse than it is now with like pollution and everything. You got to
Okay,
think about
okay.
gameplay in that condition. You got to
Right.
be wearing a
Do you
gas
reckon
mask.
it's going to be another Fallout dweller? Or do you reckon it'll be a completely different character altogether? Maybe even Vault-Tec or maybe even one of the other factions?
I would like to see something different. I don't want to be another dweller.
Really? I quite like the dweller thing.
I like it. It's just, try something different. Change
Alright
is
then.
good.
Vehicles. Should they have them? Do you reckon they'll have them? And if so, what?
Well, look where I am now. There's a bike. That, you ain't going to see this until you 10-second delay. But the
Yeah, got it.
bike, yeah, something like that to go around the map, not as tuned up. That looks pretty beast. Looks like something
Mhm.
Harley Davidson do. Loads of chrome on it. Looks like a Hot Wheels toy.
You do realise if you look on the side of that, it says Lone Wanderer. That's a nod to the other game.
Really?
Yeah. One of the bikes says Lone Wanderer on it. It's a
Didn't
nod
know.
to the other game.
Anyway, something like that, and I really like the idea of not getting the vehicle straight away, but maybe getting the chassis, and you got to go on the map finding parts to get that vehicle to run.
Yep.
And then the last part is spark plugs. That'd be great. Looking for them.
Yeah, it would, yeah. Yeah.
But
What about other vehicles? Just be bikes?
bikes, they could off-road vehicles, because the map.
What about making your own bike?
Yeah, crazy designs, look. You got build your own weapons, build your own bases. Why not build your own vehicles? If you got 4 wheels or 3 wheels, you could have a Robin Reliant.
You could. On a
You
very
could
bad
build
day.
a bathtub with wheels on it.
Yeah, let's not get too confused. What else?
What vehicle wise? If it's Florida, there's a chance that there could be swamps. I would like a little boat, a rowing boat.
Right, so you reckon boats maybe to go to a different part of the map or something like that? But
Yeah,
you
well,
have to do yourself.
Florida's known, even if they do Miami, you're going to have swamplands. So I reckon something where there's a lot of water on this map. Maybe a little boat or something. I'm not saying speedboat, because I think that would be stupid. Something with a small engine. Just so you can creep along in the water at a nice gentle pace. No faster than walking, really.
Okay, what about weapons? Do you reckon they should bring back the weapon degrade format that they had?
It's
in
not
the previous
something.
game?
Don't ever let your
It's not
guard
something that I've
down.
liked
You do,
in games,
inevitably, that's
especially
when
with Dead
everything
Island.
goes
It's one of the
down.
things that put me off on that game. But
Does that add a new? Does add a new angle
Yeah.
on tactics? must
I
admit.
mean, melee weapons, yeah, because melee weapons will fail more so
Melee?
than guns.
melee. You mean
Melee, sorry, yeah.
melee?
But they will fail more than a handgun because you're using them to hit someone, ain't you?
Mm-hmm.
As for guns, I would like a feature where you have to maybe work on it or oil your gun. Or the gun to keep jamming.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
upkeep of the weapon, which is what they did in the other one. Which I must admit, I did like. Okay, character-wise then, what would you like to see?
Character creations should still be in it. And
Yeah.
some of the clothes you can dress up in is quite fun. Oh, he's just mocking
So
now.
delete all saves and jump off the Trinity Tower without power armor. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see the little troll face just creeping in there. Just creeping in there. Love
So,
it.
dude.
You can tell the guy's a gamer.
No, character-wise, I can't see anything different. It's the character's background. That's got to be a more interesting thing.
Alright, factions wise, here we go. Do you reckon they should bring back any of the original factions?
They should always bring stuff back from other games they've done because that's what fans love. It might not
Because, I
mean
mean-
nothing to someone who hasn't played the original games, but if you had a faction, say from Fallout 3, and you run into it, that's gonna make a Fallout fan's day, isn't it?
Yeah, because in New Vegas and 3, you had the you know that moment when your brain just goes, the other person has cleared. Yeah, just doing that. The other ones that had power armor, the baddies of the enemies of. Can't think of their called now. They were good though. That would be good. What's their faction called? See how long it's been since we played the last one. I can picture them in my head. You got the Brotherhood of Steel, and back in the old one, you also had the.
I don't know.
I think it was what remained of the original American army
Yeah.
with the president.
Oh, I know who you mean. I don't know their names though, but I know who you mean because you meet them by
Yeah.
the Washington Monument.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. But anyway, if he brought them factions back, maybe about more of their side of the story.
Okay.
I think I'm going to try that delete all saves and jump off the Trinity Tower. That sounds though it might be a good move. Not. Oh, I just went back to movie.
Right, one more and that's it.
Yeah.
Right. Last thing.
Because let's face it, we ain't got a bloody clue besides looking at a poster and going off the other games that we've played already.
It's surprising what you can take
actually
from a
gonna
poster.
Hmm.
From what I understand and what I've heard over the
Depends
last
if it's
couple
that
of months.
poster out of the Lego movie. With the
Yeah,
kitten
but
on
that,
it.
I think that's got to be Lego Movie Part 2.
Yeah, that's coming out soon.
Part 2.
Got to.
The second
That's
part.
also another good film. Hot Shots. That was a good one.
Oh, I can't be Hot Shots. I got a friend who loves comedy films, right? But he's never watched Police Academy. He's never watched Naked Gun. He's never watched Hot Shots. I said to him ages ago, well, why do you like comedy films then? And he likes comedy films, but he's never watched all the original proper comedy films. I like Scary Movie. There was films before then.
Yeah. Like Monty Python and all the original classics.
Yeah.
Run away, and merely a flesh wound. Come here, I'll bite your legs off. Love it.
Right, that's it. Anything else?
What colour do you reckon the 760 billionth pixel in the left quadrant of the TV screen will be in the new Fallout?
It depends where you're looking, doesn't it?
See, this is about as useful as this whole thing is.
Who's got?
Same with all these other videos.
Who's gonna
that
be
they
the next president when Fallout 5 comes out?
Instinct is a powerful tool in our lives. Rely on
Yeah.
Leonardo
that's probably
DiCaprio.
more
it. Save your life. Promise.
I'm glad you pulled this new Fallout realistic hopes, because speculative wise, completely wasted bloody time. Completely wasted bloody time.
Does Donald Trump play Fallout?
Exactly. That's the sort of questions you might as well be asking.
He must play it because how else would he have the ability to build wars between factions?
True. Yeah.
True,
Yeah.
true.
The next Fallout could be the Trump administration.
Hey, the rumours did say Mexico.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Mexifornia.
So you've heard rumours of Mexico. I've heard them potentially California. I
Utah.
reckon it's going to be Cali or Miami. That's
Cali,
my two.
Miami. Sounds like a
Yeah,
good name.
Cali, Miami. I reckon that's going to be the two most likely places.
So what's your money on? What would you put your money on now, knowing what we know?
California.
I'm gonna go Miami. Just for my
I
sources.
vaguely remember seeing an old picture somewhere of a crashed vehicle into a signpost that said Cali.
The problem is we have got to wait for 2 weeks because they ain't gonna release anything else now until E3. Nothing. There's not gonna be a picture. Nothing. It's just gonna be
Do you
what
reckon they're
we've
going
got
to do
today.
the whole Pit Boy thing again? Like come out with something
Yeah,
like
they do
that
that.
for it?
Yeah,
But
because it
what
was so
for?
successful last time. I don't know, but they will do it again. They got to.
You got what thing in this, game could they do that with? I'm thinking it would have to be either one of the guns, or maybe a power suit helmet or something like that.
Or if the power armor's in it, it might be a power armor figurine.
They've done that already.
Have they?
It was, yeah. You can get a power armor figurine. They did one.
I didn't know
They're gonna have to do something new. They kind of nailed it with the whole Pit Boy thing, really.
that. Right.
I mean, yeah, it's just a piece of plastic that goes on your wrist that holds your mobile phone in. You got to
It
get it.
looks cool.
Got to get it in the story. Yeah, it does look cool. Especially when you go to Comic Con, you wear it.
Oh, I was thinking when I go to the shops.
Yeah.
Get
That was actually
tackled to
quite
the floor.
amusing. Walking down the street, I had my laser gun in my hand, and the Pit Boy on, and then I had a replica. I think it was a Colt Talifango. Yeah, pistol on me leg. That's about the one and only time you can walk down the street with a gun strapped to your leg, and no one says a word.
I do it all the time. Right.
To be fair, though, I
That's-
did take the magazine out of it, so.
Right, that is it. We are going offline.
Yes. No,
So
thanks
sorry
for
for
listening.
everyone.
If anyone's out there.
Yeah, sorry
And,
for
to
everyone
the-
who had to
to the-
listen to us.
Yeah. Sorry for having to hear us drone on, but thanks for the what's the name here? John Cream. Thanks for the information on the secret of how Todd Howard's secret. I shall probably put that out with the rest of the rubbish. Excellent. I'm all for it myself. I can't touch it for it.
Right.
But it's not.
We are stopping streaming in 5, 4.
Can we go now anyway?
Three.
Just